This because there are still areas actively burning. That heavy equipment allows crews to pull apart damaged, collapsed sections of the structure, exposing hidden pockets of fire. So this is very methodical. They're locating those areas that are still burning, using the dozer to help tear these portions of the structure up and then get water in the remaining fire. And now let's go to some video here showing you what it looked like earlier this morning. The flames shooting through the roof, that intense orange glow lighting up the entire area here at Market and Railroad. This started at about 3 o'clock this morning at the auto body shop, and then again it spread to the several nearby businesses, at least 4, and the fire quickly engulfing those structures. Now we spoke to one business owner recovering from flood damage here who we were just talking about. Listen to what she had to say this morning.
This is my clothing store and my business setup. I've had my business for 3 years, and we just recovered from a horrible flood and lost a bunch of product, and now this, and they're deeming it a complete loss. It's gone. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry, I'm at loss. I'm a mom of 4, and we're a small business, a family business.
Yeah, and to be fair, she was still in shock out here, still processing exactly what happened. But you heard her say there, her business is completely lost. Fortunately, no injuries reported, but we've seen just how emotional this has been just for one of the business owners here. Again, she says she's been here for about 3 years, devastated, in tears. And this old town, Newhall area, it's part of the Santa Clarita Valley, and the city and this community here, they spent decades working to preserve it and bring it back to life. So if we come back out here live, you can see the water is still going here from several engine ladders. They're really working to get every single flame extinguished, and once this operation is complete, investigators will be working out here to determine what the cause was. Again, fire officials say it started at the auto body shop, but they still don't know exactly how it started or what the cause was. So that'll be a big question here that needs to be answered. Back to you.
Oh, we're so heartbroken. Obviously, all the businesses impacted. It's terrible, but it's personal for us as well, because we had her on our show as a guest, and we've gotten to know her. So it just breaks your heart what she's feeling this morning. It's just terrible.
It's all small, which also goes to show, Mara, these are all small businesses. These families that own these businesses. Is there any? Do you know exactly how many businesses have been impacted or at least destroyed? You mentioned the auto body shop. We're talking about the main, which is the theater,
the restaurant, the
refinery, the Newhall refinery, which is the gastropub, and then her clothing store. So far 4.
Yeah, the clothing store, as you mentioned, the Newhall refinery, that restaurant that's been here since 2013, so, quite a few years. But this area, this neighborhood, the oldest neighborhood in Santa Clarita, dates back to 1876, so it was about 10 years ago the city took over ownership, so they've been really trying to revitalize this area. Okay, you're with the Canyon Theater Guild. Your building is right next to this. You said you have no damage this morning.
No, thank God the firemen stopped it right before it got to the Canyon Theater Guild.
And what can you tell us about this area? Obviously, there's a lot of history. We know the city came in and took over trying to revitalize it.
Yes, the redevelopment area was very successful, and it's a really great place to go at nighttime for theater and the restaurants. Everybody really loves coming here. And tragically, our sister theater right down the street, the main, was one of the buildings that burned, and it really hurts us. We worked for years and years on the street. We've been down here for about 28 years and revitalized our building and turned it into a theater. And it is sad because these businesses and people work so hard over all these years to have it all go up 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, there's got to be so much work that goes into a building like this and taking care of it. I know it's got like a Western theme. Can you tell us about what else is around here? I know there's like the Western Walk of Fame.
Yeah, the Western Walk of Fame, which is, part of the revitalization effort that's been going on for actually over 30 years. And when we moved here, it was 40-50% vacant, the street was. And now there's restaurants and wine bars, and it's a great place to come to at evening. And people have been coming not just from locally, but all over the LA area. They come up to visit or see theater. And so the Canyon Theater Guild, we've been so happy to be part of all that. And it's so tragic to see the main theater gone. And we're just so grateful to the firemen who stopped it before, because ours is the only building on the block that didn't burn.
Yeah, it's terrible to see so much history go up in flames. Thank you for talking with us. I'm glad that the Canyon Theater Guild was okay. But Yeah, it really is hard to see so much history go up here early this morning. One of the business owners says 3 o'clock this morning. It sounds like a suspicious time for a fire. So I know they'll be looking into that, arson investigators as well.
Well, we know that that theater was also kind of like a welcome center for the city of Santa Clarita.
They did like art shows. And, yeah.
We have so many friends there
Parties.
with the city of Santa Clarita, and you know, with their social media team and the people in the city. So we really feel for them. We'll be reaching out to them as well.
And some information, Amanda, right? Like
yes,
schools are
a local resident. The schools are keeping the kids inside due to the air quality.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
Lunch and recess, I'm sure, will be spent indoors today.
Thank you, Mario.
Thank you, Mario.
We'll keep an eye on the situation
That's not
there.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned the air quality most definitely impacted. So hopefully, yeah, the kids are prepared to stay indoors, not just because of that, but because of the heat. The heat is really going to be the big issue today in terms of the weather. We're also tapping into the subtropical moisture, so we're still getting that humidity coming up from the south and southeast, a little bit of instability as well. So that chance for showers will continue for the mountains and the deserts particularly. Right now, it has really warmed up. It is in the 70s, upper 70s in Woodland Hills, 76 there, 76 in Burbank, looking at Ontario, 78, 81 in San Bernardino. The farther inland you go, the hotter it will be. 91 in Palm Springs, too, that nearly 70 in Big Bear. Up to the mountains, we've got that heat advisory, 86 expected there later this afternoon, 104 in the high desert, too, 110 out towards the Coachella Valley in the low desert area. So Palm Springs also under that extreme heat warning. So a major risk for heat-related illnesses. So you really want to limit any activity outdoors today. You want to stay indoors in some air conditioning. You want to check on the elderly, please, especially those who don't have air conditioning closer to the coast even. It is going to be quite warm in the mid-80s, low to mid-80s, 97 for downtown LA to 106 in the valleys and the Inland Empire. There's some relief at the end of the week. I'll show you that coming up, my extended outlook. In the meantime, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you very much.
Some breaking news in Long Beach this morning, where more than 15,000 customers are without power.
Christy is live there in Long Beach. She's been keeping an eye on the situation and has an update. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. It turns out that it was a much more harrowing night than we previously knew. We've talked to several neighbors this morning who tell us not only did they spend the night without air conditioning and without power in the middle of a heat wave, they tell us when all of this started, there was actual sparking of the electrical lines and they heard a loud boom. Now, this all started at 6:40 yesterday evening with initial reports that 26,000 customers were impacted between west of Quincy Avenue, east of Alamitos Avenue, north of Ocean Boulevard, and south of 7th Street. Now, that number is down to about 15,290 customers per SoCal Edison. They've restored power this morning to another 1,000 or so, and that's what brought that number down. But at 1:20 this morning, Edison reported that a field investigator had determined what would need to be repaired and that they were sending crews out. We've seen crews out all over this area. The Long Beach Post reported the blackout was caused when an underground electrical vault caught fire on Broadway near Newport Avenue, near the Bluff Heights neighborhood. And here at Vista and Redondo, which is where we are, neighbors for several blocks tell us they heard what sounded like an explosion.
I heard in the backyard a lot of sizzling, like crackling and everything, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And then we looked out the window and there was a big spark, and then about 5 minutes later, a boom, and everything just shut off and went completely dead.
I kind of guessed it was like a transformer blowing, and yeah, and we have no electricity. And I think the worst part for me is why we don't have any cell service. That doesn't make sense.
And Wi-Fi has been a problem, too. We've had trouble loading websites and so forth onto our cell phones, and that is what neighbors around here are dealing with. And not only that, neighbors showed us a house just across the street from us that had the top of a tree that was singed and also what looked like very light, very barely visible smoke damage to a home. They told us that happened when those lines here were sparking. Power has been restored to Vista Street and Redondo, at least the street lights, the traffic lights, I should say, but the homes, we're told by neighbors, are still without power. At this point, SoCal Edison says they hope to have power restored to most, but not all homes by noon. Live in Long Beach, I'm Christy Fajardo. Let's send it back to you.
By noon. Okay, we shall
We'll see if that is the case.
Yeah.
Hopefully. All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Christy.
See.
Let's go to Stu with Check on Traffic. Hey, Stu.
Hey, Skybox on the ground, but that doesn't mean you don't need to get around. Skybox traffic brought to us by My Home Sold. You don't have anything to talk about right now, but I do know for a fact we have some traffic hotspots. We're going to check those out right now.
Hi, I'm Adrian with My Home Sold, and we want to buy your house. We buy any house in any condition. No commissions, no closing costs, and no repairs. Go to myhomesold.com for a free same-day cash offer. That's myhomesold.com.
All right, good morning to you. A live look this morning, 8:15 is your time. Live look at LAX, dealing with some extreme heat in some parts of Southern California. Stay hydrated out there. Stay cool.
So a couple of big stories to share from the world of women's sports.
Brooke has all of that. Good morning.
She's not done yet. I was excited to see this. Serena Williams is going to play mixed doubles at the U.S. Open with Carlos Alcaraz. He's one of the top men's players in the world, and she is the GOAT. This is Serena's first time back at the U.S. Open since 2022. She cut at least what I thought was a retirement short this summer, returning to tennis, but she hurt her knee at Wimbledon. As for Alcaraz, he's back after missing both the French Open and Wimbledon due to an injured right wrist. The Spanish star is just 23 years old, right now ranked number 2 in the latest rankings. We know Serena's not playing singles. He is going to be playing singles in New York. One question, though, you all, still remains. Will she play doubles with her sister, Venus Williams? We get to find out next week. Okay, Angel City forward Sydney Leroux is opening up about her emotional return to the pitch at BMO Stadium earlier this month. It's been 2 years since she stepped away from soccer a little before the 2025 season for her mental health and a battle with anorexia. Over the weekend, she wrote, in part, quote, "Throughout these 654 days, you let me into pieces of your lives, and without knowing it, you became part of mine. To the fans, hearing you in that stadium is something I'll never forget. You stayed through every step back and every step forward. I heard you, I felt you, and I carried you with me." Players across women's sports have been increasingly speaking out about the importance of prioritizing mental health. I mean, we've seen it in gymnastics, in tennis, in basketball, soccer here. She said that she said that she's been, dealing with anorexia for as long as she can remember. She did get a diagnosis. She did this because, stepping away because she's got 2 children, and it was for her health, for their well-being.
Of course.
And that I thought it was interesting that she said that she shared her story in hopes that if she could just help save someone else's life, it was worth it. But that's a long time, and just the crowd roaring as she ran onto the field, that had to feel nice. Yeah.
That is a big deal.
And back to the U.S. Open. Ooh, that's going to be fun.
That's going to be fun. Yeah. A lot of nice matchups. Like Sabalenka and Novak. Also in mixed doubles. It's just going to be a lot of big matchups.
I love Flushing Meadows, where they do the Open there, and also when they practice, you can watch them practice before they get. So you're like really up and close to all of these world-class players.
And you can go, unlike Wimbledon. That's a mess in there, okay?
That's a good point.
All right, we'll send it over to Maria. It's usually, I've been there a couple of times, and it's sometimes really hot this time of year there in New York.
Oh, yeah.
Watching those matches.
Of course it does. It's August, the dog days of summer and August right now, actually, especially when it comes to our weather here. We've got an area of high pressure, which we have gotten used to talking about. I'm sure you have heard me talk about this big dome of high pressure, which has stayed anchor across the southwest. Very subtle changes in its position and movement means that temperatures go up and down a little bit, but generally it has been quite hot. And this week, it's going to be hotter than ever. In fact, the hottest week of the year potentially for us. So we have heat alerts that are going to be in place for the very dangerous heat, widespread heat advisories and heat alerts, along with widespread high fire danger actually as well. There is a tiny bit of relief as we get to the upcoming weekend, as that high sort of weakens just a tiny bit beginning Saturday and Sunday. So that will allow a little bit of a sea breeze to move in, but daytime highs will still be above average. Won't be as hot, perhaps, because we're talking about the potential for some record-breaking temperatures for the first part of this week, most definitely. The heat risk, you will see valleys inland empire. When you factor in the humidity value as well, the heat index, it's just going to feel hotter than what the thermometer reads. So the heat risk is quite high today, very high, in fact, extreme as we get into tomorrow and Wednesday. Wednesday and Thursday will be the peak of the heat this week. So if you have any plans at all of being outdoors, you might want to think twice about that, especially as we get to the middle and latter part of this week. Heat advisories widespread, as you can see here across the area. All the areas shaded in that orange. When we get that advisory, heat-related illnesses increase significantly during these heat events, with temperatures getting up to those triple digits. Even hotter the farther inland you go. Even just out towards the Santa Ana Mountains, Riverside, the Inland Empire, that extreme heat warning for that major risk for heat-related illnesses. So you really do want to plan accordingly, and you want to limit any of that activity outdoors to the early morning or late evening hours. And then you've got the extreme heat watches that are going to go into effect after tomorrow. So more than likely everyone will be experiencing that extreme heat warning. 87 in Inglewood though today. 108 in Indio, out towards the south in San Diego, 84 degrees, and about 106 in Las Vegas today. Here's your day planner for Anaheim. Getting to those 90s quickly today after the lunch hour, and then Laguna Beach. Also along the coast, you're not getting much relief from our natural AC, that sea breeze, so we're going to get into the 80s, low mid 80s there. Riverside, sunshine with some high mid-level cloud cover, otherwise getting to those triple digits by 1-2 p.m. later this afternoon. Well, stay with us. We'll be right back with much more coming up after the break.
Walmart and Sam's Club are adding tap to pay to some select Walmart and Sam's Club stores beginning today. The company also says the option will come to all of its stores by the end of the year and its gas stations as well by mid-2027. Walmart previously was holding back on tap to pay options in order to encourage customers to use its own Walmart system, which required using a QR code. That drew some complaints from shoppers. Apple Pay is used with 85% of U.S. retailers.
A local legend in hamburgers is offering a special deal to celebrate 80 years in business. We're talking about Irv's Burgers with locations in West Hollywood, Malibu, and La Brea. On Wednesday, you can get the signature roadside burger for just 80 cents, one per customer in store only.
Oh,
if you're
nice.
80 or older,
Ooh.
you get one for free. Irv's opened in 1946 along the historic Route 66 in West Hollywood under the name Queen's Burgers, greeting travelers with a sign that read, "No lobster, just burgers."
Aww.
They've got great burgers.
I've never been actually, yeah?
Yes, I'm a big Irv's
What's
Burgers
your
fan.
go-to, just like
Just
the
their
OG?
regular burger.
Okay.
I don't know if there's many.
Oh, okay.
They're just the regular burger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Looks good.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Delicious. Irv's Burgers, 80 cents. We'll be right back. does everything have to be a bet?
Because it's
With
fun.
you, everything has to be like, every time you're like $500.
Look at how he flips it.
Such a gaslighter.
He goes, how much you how much you want to bet?
I didn't say how much you want to bet. I just said.
Did he say how much you want to bet?
Your tone was. Let me look it up. Let me look it up.
He's like, how much you want to bet? It's Taiwanese.
What's the bet? We have a bet going on right now. I forgot what it was.
What is it?
We have a bet. I have not forgotten. It is, will Spider-Man Brand New Day make more money than Avengers Doomsday? Oh, yeah. And I have not forgotten. And you should stay tuned for my next story at 8:35.
Well, I already got I already have my tickets for Avengers Doomsday.
Well, you have your answer. You have your opinion because we don't have an answer yet.
Oh, right. Okay, fine. It's my opinion. That's going to be right.
Mine's gonna be right. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna see Doomsday.
Mm-hmm.
And you will see Doomsday.
I think so. I think so. But tickets are hard to come by, is what you're saying. So I have to look ahead at the schedule.
In December.
I still give Spider-Man a 10 out of 10. I do. It's so good. All right, let's talk about our weather because it was a hot one this weekend, right? Were you guys out there trying to stay cool?
It's so hot.
I was at the beach yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, it was hot.
But it was hot at the coast as well, right? You were either at the beach, at the pool, or inside in some air conditioning. I just know you have to. During this week, particularly the hottest week of the year, a dangerous heat wave is upon us. So we want you to take the necessary precautions. If you have to work outside under these weather conditions, make sure you dress appropriately. That can actually help make a difference. Lightweight, loose-fitting clothing, light-colored clothing can make a difference. Record-breaking temperatures certainly possible beginning today. We have elevated to critical fire weather conditions as well with this heat. It was 98 degrees yesterday for downtown LA. That 96, by the way, on Saturday did tie an old record, so that's kind of where we're at today with that 97. We're expecting it could break the old record of 96 last set back in 1931. Our sunset time at 7:29 later this evening. That's really when you should go on that longer walk. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it now. Temperatures actually really starting to warm up, and temperatures going to get up well into the triple digits for our valley locations particularly, but even along the coast is going to be hotter than normal. So we've got the heat advisory in effect. That means heat-related illnesses really increase significantly during these extreme heat events, not to mention the extreme heat warnings that are in effect. Even just a few miles inland out towards Orange County, the Inland Empire, that heat warning in effect until Friday. I would not be surprised if these heat advisories elsewhere out towards LA, Ventura counties get turned into an extreme heat warning as we get into Wednesday and Thursday of this week. In the meantime, today, our forecast high is 106 in Woodland Hills. That's hot. 102 in Santa Clarita, 101 in Corona. Remember, with the added humidity value, it's going to feel hotter than that because of the humidity. 102 today in Ontario, getting up to 106, 107. Wednesday, Thursday. So that's going to be the peak of the heat. And then you can see how the temperatures tumble as we get to this upcoming weekend. 96, that will feel different, much better, but that's still above average. All right, there's my weather for now. I'll send it back to you.
Maria, thank you. And let's get back out to our breaking story in Santa Clarita. Huge flames damaged or destroyed a number of businesses this morning in the entertainment district known as Old Town Newhall.
Yeah, it's an area that went under revitalization over the course of a couple of 20 years now. Mario is live in Santa Clarita with the very latest on this devastating fire. Broke out around 3 o'clock this morning, Mario.
Yeah, that's right. And this is considered the oldest neighborhood in Santa Clarita. So many memories and businesses here that are newly in place. But this area, this structure that has gone up in flames has a lot of history here. And you can barely see through this smoke. I do want to mention that we're hearing that some nearby schools are keeping students inside, not holding outdoor recess today. And that's because Newhall Elementary is just about a half a mile away from this fire. So we heard from a parent there, and something to keep in mind because the smoke is really bad. So we're talking about some of the businesses here. This started at an auto shop, Gary's Auto Collision Center. It spread to a popular restaurant, Newhall Refinery, another small business, a clothing store, and then the main theater here at Railroad and Market. Now I want to bring in Pauline McGee. She is the Public Information Officer for LA County. Can you tell us where things stand right now? I know it's not a complete knockdown yet.
No, it's not a complete knockdown yet. Right now, we have the dozers actively knocking down this structure. What they do is remove some of the hazards to help us, the firefighters come in and hit those hot spots. We have our drone system that we have in place that identifies where all the hot spots are. So we utilize that to help us, get closer to extinguishing that fire.
So this has been burning since 3 o'clock this morning. We're going on almost 6 hours. What's the challenge here? Why has this taken so long? I know you guys have a lot of resources out.
Yeah, so we do. This went to a third alarm, so we have about 100 men and women out here fighting this fire. So the challenge is that we have 5 businesses that are caught on fire, right? It started at one location, and then it extended to the exposures. So right now, they're trying to knock out all those fires and make sure our number one priority is our safety is there, right? So when we originally came in, we did fire attack, but then we had to come out because the condition of the fires changed, and so we had to fight it from a defensive mode. And so those are the challenges. We want to make sure that we get it done before the community, it's 8 o'clock now, so we want to make sure that before the community comes out, the heat start kicking in. So we want to make sure we try to get that extinguished before then.
Yeah, so we know this started around 3 o'clock this morning. One of the nearby business owners who wasn't impacted, thankfully, but says that sounds a little suspicious. What can you tell us about the investigation, where this started, from what you know?
And right now, we're still trying to get control of the fire. Once they get control of the fire, then the investigators will come in and they'll do further investigation then.
But it appears that it started at the auto shop.
It did start at the auto shop.
And spread to those other businesses.
I'm sorry?
And then spread to the other businesses from the auto shop.
Yes.
All right, thank you. I know it's smoky out here, a challenge for you and your crews as well. So we're all feeling it here. Thank you for talking to us. Appreciate it. So the firefight continues. We'll have updates throughout the morning here on Good Day LA. But for now, live here in Santa Clarita, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
You can still see all of that smoke in the air. One of the reasons why they are impacting some nearby schools. All right, Mario, thank you.
Thank you, Mario.
Yeah, very heartbreaking. As you mentioned before, our hearts go out to all the small businesses, especially the ones we know personally. Care Tucker Style House, Newhall Refinery was just there in April for a surprise birthday. It doesn't seem.
You were saying how cool it is, how they revitalized the whole area and made it so.
It was my first time in that area, and it was so quaint, and I really loved it. And I'm just, my prayer is that they can rebuild it because it was a special place. Okay, let's move on to entertainment, sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. Okay, we've been following this story. Of course, we're talking about the Paramount merger, major Hollywood merger it is, and now faces that antitrust fight that could delay the deal into spring of next year. But there is an overnight update. Unfortunately, no movement, not a positive update, really, if you're thinking about the settlement of it all.
Our businesses.
California's Attorney General Rob Bonta canceled today's meeting with Paramount representatives. The two parties were slated to discuss the state's lawsuit that seeks to block Paramount's proposed acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery. According to the LA Department of Economic Opportunity, an estimated 4,500 film and TV jobs could be lost if the merger goes through. Bonta reportedly canceled the meeting. Right now, allegedly, it's because good faith was broken. He is saying that maybe some things were leaked that weren't accurate from their preliminary meeting that happened on Friday. He was expected to push for Paramount to sell some cable channels and keep its movie studio separate from Warner Brothers. And these were set to just be preliminary talks about a possible settlement to California's lawsuit seeking to halt the company's pending $111 billion acquisition. Bonta argues that the deal would mean higher costs, less competition, lower wages, and job cuts. Right now, everyone is kind of having their say. Gavin Newsom is worried about this extending, worried about them leaving California. Mayor Karen Bass is also concerned about this because this could, if they do keep their word about moving the studio, this could be bad.
Yeah, because it impacts so many other
local jobs, and not only local jobs, local communities, restaurants, businesses,
salons,
all of it.
It's all connected.
So hopefully they can get a talk back on the books soon so that we can get some kind of agreement that keeps all parties satisfied. That's the goal, that's the plan. Keeping the production in LA. Speaking of productions and Titanic, we know the quote, "I'll never let go." But after many years, Titanic could let go of a top spot to Peter Parker.
Hi, My name is Peter Parker. You don't remember me, but we used to know each other. Something bad was going to happen, and the only way to stop it was to make everyone forget about me.
Oh, well, no one's forgetting about Peter Parker. That 4th spot in the top 5 highest grossing films ever is held by James Cameron's Titanic. But this is the week that Spider-Man Brand New Day could actually take over it. Yeah, if it continues its current box office performance, it could move ahead of Titanic in the coming week. But don't feel too bad for James Cameron. He has the top 2 spots on that list right now with his Avatar film. So he will be just fine.
Since Titanic was like 30 years ago, I mean, are we taking inflation?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
It is a good point. I'm sure they're taking a lot of things into consideration.
Yeah. I mean, the cost of a movie ticket now, $25 versus $10 or whatever.
Right. You're saying,
like,
are they adjusting for inflation?
Right. Do we take into account inflation?
It's a fair assessment. I'm sure multiple factors are considered when making this top 5 list. You know, Star Wars, of course, on there, the 2 Avatar films on there. But, I mean, make no mistake, Brand New Day is hauling in a lot of cash. Also, remember, I personally think to this day, I love being able to pick my seat.
Yeah.
But I think it's hurting the theaters in a way, because if you don't get the seat you want, you're not going to go.
Well, I mean, if you're going to be right in the front, you're like, I just won't go.
You just won't go.
Yeah.
Where back in the day, it was too late. You bought your ticket. If you didn't get there early, you kind of got whatever seats available.
Yeah. You remember those days where you're like, fine, we'll go sit in the front.
And then of course. And
you just watch like the...
You hated it.
Of course. Your neck hurts. But you just did it because that's what you did. Now we get to be pickier and choosier because we can pick our seats. But there's a lot of factors to consider. But yeah, Titanic, remember the 2 VHS collection?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Part 1, part 2.
So good.
I know. Let's check in on our poll. Ridley Scott says, don't call him a filmmaker, call him an influencer. And we want to know, how do you feel about the term influencer? 68% say they cannot stand it. I kind of feel like I'm leaning towards love, hate, and can't stand it because I prefer just say content creator or ambassador, because you really are an ambassador for a brand.
I mean, it's basically all of LA. Everyone's an influencer.
No, they want to be.
Right.
But back in want to be influencer.
But back in like the earlier 2000s, everyone was an entrepreneur. Now
that's a good point.
Now everyone's an influencer. We have some comments. Cindy in Little Rock says, I don't like influencers. They just seem like people looking for attention or someone who is spoiled.
Thank you, Cindy. Here's Jacob from Fontana. Influencers overrated.
Straight to the point.
I like you, Jacob. You're just no nonsense.
Direct.
Yep.
Okay, and Carol from Laguna Woods. I'm sick of the term and the so-called career, in quotes.
In quote. You know what, Carol? I know, but they do make a lot of money.
Some.
Yes, some do. Sean in San Gabriel says influencers are entitled kids, too lazy to get a job that requires any level of skill / work ethic. Love you guys.
It doesn't depend on the person. Because some entrepreneurial ones
skills and are clever.
Really
some
good
of them
money.
are, and the amount of time it takes to edit a reel.
Oh my gosh,
or a video.
It's like a job in and of itself.
It is.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
So technically, we've got like 2 jobs.
Oh, technically, except we're not making money on the other one.
We handle our own social media, or Bob just accepts the collab and he gets content through us.
And not always.
That's why I keep sending you stuff, because I'm like, we should do this. Now, I don't personally want to do it. I want you to do it, and then I'll share it.
Of course. I know what you're saying.
She knows her role.
Yeah, I know my role around here. Exactly.
Do the video.
Yeah, I know what you're doing. He sent me like 4 over the weekend. I'm like, I'm on it.
Direct it.
The first time in San Juan.
Mi hijo.
There you go. Capital of Puerto Rico. So go to foxley.com/vote. Let us know what you think about influencers.
Yes, send them to Amanda. You know, Amanda's so creative. That's why she gets all the.
Yeah, it's your fault, Amanda.
So good.
Stop being so good at your job.
Yeah, stop being so good at your multiple jobs. Good LA. traffic sponsored by law offices of Jacob and Rodney. Call jacob.com. We continue to let everyone know, please avoid this area in the Santa Clarita, Newhall area. Both directions of Highway 126 between Market Street to Lyons Avenue shut down due to that structure fire. So again, avoid that area. We also have a two-vehicle crash westbound side of the 118 at Paxton Street, and LA County or LA City Fire Department is on scene. We'll have more updates as it becomes available. In the meantime, it's really slow. And it's slow, 45 minutes from downtown to get to Santa Monica. Your ride a half an hour, pulling away northbound 110 from the 405. And your ride 73 minutes west 60 from the 57, coming inbound from the Diamond Bar area. And there's a live Caltrans camera look both directions of the 91 at Euclid. Really heavy as well. Patience out there. Here's a look at some other traffic hotspots.
So I do hot yoga every day. After the accident, my lower back was so stiff I couldn't move, and I called Jacob. They treated me like a king. I did not have to deal with anything. If you're in an accident, call Jacob. Call Jacob.
It's time for today's hookup, because Good Day LA wants to hook you up with 4 tickets behind the dugout to see the Angels take on the Phillies this Saturday, August 29th at Angels Stadium. We're going to be selecting one lucky winner today after 2 p.m., so be sure to answer your phone when we call, because you only have 2 hours to respond before we got to move on to another winner. Enter for a chance to win on our website, foxla.com/contest, or scan that QR code on the screen. Good luck to our viewers. One of you is going to hit a home run with those tickets. Now let's send it on over to Maria for a check on the forecast.
And Good Day LA Weather is sponsored by the law offices of Larry H. Parker. A look outside at Santa Monica, the pier there. I know you can't tell from this view, but it is heating up even there along the coast. We've got an area of high pressure that is in control of our weather. It is stronger than ever. In fact, we're going to look for a very hot week this week with some very, very dangerously hot temperatures. That ridge of high pressure strong, picking up some of that humidity as well. So that is adding to the discomfort out there. And we do have extreme heat warnings that are in effect for very hot conditions. All those areas shaded in the pink color. We also have heat advisories all the way to the coast. And those heat advisories, which are supposed to expire tomorrow, however, will not. They will get extended. I know that for sure. It will likely be an extreme heat warning as well, getting extended as we anticipate some very hot conditions. Right now, we're looking at our beach forecast here, where it's also very hot on the sand, mid 70s to the low, even mid 80s possible. Those surf heights anywhere from 2 to 4 feet from Ventura County beaches to LA, and then a little smaller for Orange County and San Diego. Here is our 7-day forecast. Downtown LA, 97. If we reach 97 today, that will break or maybe even tie another record. We'll see. 100 on Wednesday. We cool down a little bit as we get to next weekend coming up, but those temperatures are still going to be above normal. 106 in the valleys in the IE, 112 possible on Wednesday. The mountains like Big Bear, 86 degrees with that chance for some showers. The instability will continue throughout the week as well. 104 in the high desert and even hotter in the Coachella Valley today. We're talking about 110 degrees, potentially getting up to 114 by Wednesday. Back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. The California Restaurant Show underway at the Anaheim Convention Center, and Coco is there to tell us all about it. Good morning.
Good morning. This is such a fun trade show. Lots of cool and exciting things and lots of innovation as well. The California Restaurant Show is here at the Anaheim Convention Center, and I want to introduce you now to Paul, who is with the show. Tell us all about this show and what it has to offer.
Oh, absolutely. Well, just in this small corner of the show that we're standing in right now, you're in a mecca of deliciousness and innovation. So what our event is all about is we're really where your food experience is born. Restaurant owners, operators, any business that is cooking and serving food to customers, this is where they find everything to make their operation run. So it is just everything from new AI technologies to fancy pizza ovens, incorporating new AI technologies, and just amazing milk products and food products and robotics and sauces and anything you can imagine that just makes your culinary experience fun. This is where they all get together and brainstorm and make it happen and learn from each other, and the sessions, and there's tuna carvings and famous chefs. It's really something, so we're excited.
Yeah, you should be excited. It's really cool, and I want to introduce you to Peter now, who is the founder and CEO of the Fiero Group. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
And you've got some really cool stuff going here.
Yeah, so we came to the show. We're in California, so we wanted to do some California-inspired pizzas, but we're running those through our AI system, and our AI system stands for the artisanal intelligence part of things. So there's nothing artificial about it. So what we have is like we take our pizza dough and we have an automated dough stretching machine where here we just place our dough in this robot. It's got 16 fingers inside, and it stretches the dough just like a pizzaioli would do. So
that's incredible.
The whole process takes about 15 seconds, so you can do literally 180 pizzas an hour. Big production, and it's really great for people that want to scale operations. And,
there you have it.
There you have it. It's perfect rim. It leaves all the air in. It doesn't press. It doesn't heat. So it's purely done like, by hand. So then from here, we pick that dough up.
Okay.
And we're going to go to our jerry can, to our make table. And here's where we're placing our pizzas, and it's a moving make table. So the table, slowly moves the pizzas into the oven, and then when they come out on the other sides, we can go over there and we see the final results. So the pizzas would come out of here, and to make things quick, I've already prepared the pizzas that came out, and So here we have a variety of pies. That's so we're doing here a strawberry pie that we have added to a vanilla mozzarella cheese. So we infuse the mozzarella with vanilla, and it gives it a unique taste. And then we hit it with a little mint. Very refreshing. We got here a cucumber pie that's finished off with, Mediterranean style, feta, and, also very refreshing. We got a street corn pie, and we got an Iberia with, some meat. And so none of these pizzas have tomato sauce on them. And I thought it was a unique take on, what pizza should be, going at. So
beautiful. This is definitely unique. Oh, the strawberry. You had me sold on the vanilla infused mozzarella. I was like, that sounds incredible. And I don't think I've ever heard of like a strawberry pizza either.
That's correct. It's like, I'm like, most pizzerias, what they do now, they do Nutella, and I was like, it has been done. Let's move on to the next thing. And,
so, Peter's like, let's move on. Let's keep it going. Okay, please. I am definitely going to try this. I love strawberries. Oh my goodness. That is so good.
That's got some fun going on, right?
It's got a lot of fun going on. A lot of different flavors hit you. I'm tasting the mint. I love mint. It's super refreshing. The cheese is amazing. The strawberry is amazing. This is really cool, and all done with these machines.
Absolutely, yeah.
Incredible. This is incredible. You've got to come to the California Restaurant Show. Today is day 2. Tomorrow is day 3. 10 to 5 today, 10 to 4 tomorrow. If this doesn't have you sold, I don't know what will. I'll send it back to you.
Strawberry pizza. Sandra says it looks good.
Welcome to 9 o'clock. It's Monday, Sandra.
It is Monday.
Just like that.
Just like that. Weekend's always too short.
Yeah, and it was a hot one too, right?
It's only going to get hotter this week, right, Maria?
Yeah, it was hot this past weekend, even at night. Right, ladies, it was hot in the evening hours. So it's tough to recover from the heat during the day when it's so warm still during the nighttime and overnight hours. And it's only going to continue this week with temperatures even hotter expected than this past weekend. We're looking at the latest on our satellite radar pictures. We're picking up some of that subtropical moisture as well. So add to that higher humidity values. So your skin is just, when you sweat, that evaporation of your sweat typically would cool you off. But when we have all this humidity in the atmosphere, you're just not able to have that same cooling effect. So that's what happens when we get more humid conditions. 84 degrees currently already in Woodland Hills. Same for Ontario, 82 in Corona, 71 in Big Bear, to that 93 in Palm Springs. And it's the Centrella Valley out in the low desert that's going to have some of the hottest temperatures. So that extreme heat warning is in effect. 110 in Palm Springs today, 104 in the high desert to 86 up into the mountains with that heat advisory. Also a chance for that instability and that 20% chance for some showers for the mountains and deserts. 106 in the valleys, Inland Empire, 97 today for downtown. That could be a record high. We'll wait and see. 83 along the coast. I'll share the rest of the forecast and when this heat will break coming up my extended outlook. Back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. We are on top of breaking news in Santa Clarita. An early morning fire has damaged and destroyed multiple businesses in Old Town Newhall.
Let's go to Mario right now, live there in Santa Clarita with the very latest. How are things going right now, Mario?
Yeah, there is still not an official knockdown. We're still seeing some active flames here, and they've tore down part of the structure here. We're talking about at least 4 active businesses and a 5th building here at the corner that looks like it is just completely gutted by the fire. I want to bring in Rafael Gonzalez. He is the owner here of Newhall Refinery. That's one of the restaurants, unfortunately, that burned down here. So walk me through this morning. How did you hear about this? What are you feeling?
We were actually out of town. We were down in San Pedro. It was her birthday yesterday. And we get a call around 3:30 in the morning, and she got the call. I was just woken up in a frenzy, and we packed up and we just ran down here. We got here around 4 o'clock in the morning, and at that point the refinery was already up in flames.
Yeah, so the fire officials telling us that it started at the auto shop there at the corner. Can you walk us through some of the other businesses? I'm sure you're more familiar.
Yeah, so we have the auto shop on the corner there, which is what they're saying that's where it started, but there's still a lot of investigation that's got to go on. Then it's us, which is Newhall Refinery to the right. Then it's Care Tucker, the main, which is the beloved theater here in Newhall, and then the vacant lot, which was Trocadero prior.
Yeah, and as we're talking about these businesses, and you're seeing some of them, yours included, getting torn down. What's that like? I mean, it's hard for these small businesses.
It is. But I do want to thank. Let's start with just thanking the firefighters, the cops, the city of Santa Clarita for all their efforts this morning. Obviously, this hurts. It hurts us. The Newhall Refinery was definitely a pillar in the community. It opened in 2013. We had been owners for about 4 years now, and yeah, it's sad to see it go. But like I said, thank God that no one was hurt, no one was in there. That's the most important thing, first and foremost. And we're going to rebuild. You know what I mean? This is just a little stepping stone. We want to go ahead and once everything is said and done, try to build up the refinery to what it used to be.
Yeah, thank you, Rafael. We appreciate it. And if we have this sound here, I want to roll this because what's interesting is 2 of the businesses here that have been impacted, burned down, have appeared on our show, Fox 11, Good Day LA, here in the last couple of months. So take a listen to one of them, a clothing shop here that's now gone.
This is my clothing store and my business setup. I've had my business for 3 years, and we just recovered from a horrible flood and lost a bunch of product, and now this, and they're deeming it a complete loss. It's gone. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry, I'm at loss. I'm a mom of 4, and we're a small business, a family business.
Yeah, so we've seen just how emotional this has been for one of the business owners here, Care by Tucker. She's been here for 3 years, and this morning she's devastated to see that she's lost, all that hard work. And you might think she looks familiar because she was on Good Day LA earlier this summer, and now she's watching 3 years of hard work that has been impacted here by this fire. So let's come back out here live because just last month, Fox 11 reported on Gary's Auto Collision Center. You can't see it there, but it's just behind those firefighters. That's where this all started, and where customers accused the shop of refusing to return their vehicle, and a former employee alleged that the owner owed thousands of dollars in unpaid wages. So again, 2 of these businesses that have now been destroyed or damaged appearing on Fox 11 here in recent weeks and months. So we're going to be looking into this more, but for right now, they don't know what the cause is of this fire. But several businesses here damaged this morning as a result. For now, live in Santa Clarita, we'll send it back to you.
Yeah, it really is heartbreaking to see everyone's livelihoods go up in flames like that, and just the pure emotion of it all. You know, these business owners getting the call at 3 in the morning that everything's up in flames.
They invested their whole life into something like this. It's really heartbreaking. Despite the fact that there's insurance on the business, it's going to take a lot to rebuild.
Yeah, we did talk to some of the business owners here. They say, yes, we have insurance, and first and foremost, they're just glad that no one was hurt here, that no one was here at the time. But one of the business owners says, 3 o'clock in the morning, that just sounds suspicious. So we know arson investigators are going to be out here throughout the morning looking into each and every one of the businesses, especially that auto shop where this all reportedly started early this morning. But this is an old neighborhood. It dates back to 1876, the oldest neighborhood here in Santa Clarita. So lots of memories and lots of nearby residents, I'm sure, that have a lot of history here in this area as well.
All right, Mario, we'll see what the investigation comes up with. Thank you so much.
Also, some breaking news in Long Beach this morning, where more than 15,000 customers are without power.
Christy Fajardo joining us now with an update in that area. How's it looking, Christy?
Better. In fact, about 10 minutes ago, SoCal Edison posted an update and says that the number of people without power, customers without power, is 1,268. In fact, if we pan over there, I can show you that right after our last live shot, the lights came on here at Vista Street and Redondo. And this all started, by the way, at 6:40 yesterday evening, with initial reports that 26,000 customers were impacted between west of Quincy Avenue, east of Alameda Avenue, north of Ocean Boulevard, and south of 7th Street. At 1:20 this morning, Edison reported that a field investigator had determined what the necessary repairs would need to be and that crews were on the way. We've actually seen crews here all morning long. The Long Beach Post reported the blackout was caused when an underground electrical vault caught fire on Broadway near Newport Avenue, near the Bluffs Heights neighborhood. And here at Vista and Redondo, I can tell you, we've been speaking to neighbors who live in the several block radius, and they tell us they heard what sounded like an explosion.
I heard in the backyard a lot of sizzling, like crackling and everything, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And then we looked out the window, and there was a big spark, and then about 5 minutes later, boom, and everything just shut off and went completely dead.
I kind of guessed it was like a transformer blowing, and yeah. And we have no electricity, and I think the worst part for me is why we don't have any cell service. That doesn't make sense.
And luckily here at Redondo and Vista, the cell service is working again, and so is the Wi-Fi. For much of the morning, we couldn't load up any websites. That's how weak the Wi-Fi signal was. And, you know, neighbors also showed me a house on Vista that had a tree in front of it that had been singed, and it also looked like there was light smoke damage to the house. And they told us that that happened when those power lines started sparking. We did call Long Beach Fire. They tell us that they responded to the equipment fire and say that there were other incidents simultaneously, but could not say if they were connected. At this point, again, 1,268 customers, according to SoCal Edison, are without power, but the power company says they hope to have power restored for most by noon. Live in Long Beach, I'm Christy Fajardo. Let's send it back to you.
All right, some progress there. Okay, Christy, thank you.
The power, right, for air conditioners.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
particularly. So hopefully they're working on it fast. Let's talk about our traffic, though, right now. Good Day LA Traffic is sponsored by DTLA Law Group. accident and injury attorneys. We're going to zoom in to one of our traffic spots here. This is all related to that fire in the Santa Clarita area, that structure fire. Both directions impacted of the Highway 126. This is from Market Street to Lyons Avenue, so you want to keep that in mind if you are in that area. Otherwise, here's a live look at one of our traffic cameras in Orange County. This is the eastbound 22. It is slow moving on both sides here at Los Alisos, so you want to give yourself extra time if you're about to get there on that 22 at Los Alisos. Here are the drive times in and out of downtown LA. This is how you know school is definitely back in session. Look at how slow going it is on that West 10 between the 5 to the 405, 39 minutes. This is going towards Santa Monica and the west side. On that North 110 between the 405 to the 10, that one's actually not too bad, under 30 minutes. But checking out the West 60 between the 57 to the 5, my goodness, 67 minutes there. Now here's a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
This broadcast is locally sponsored by DT LA Law Group, Auto Accident and Injury Attorneys. Have an injury? Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit us online at calldowntown.com. Message and data rates and usage may apply.
Oh, Catalina, basking in the sunshine. It's going to be hot there too, probably. Maria says it's going to be hot everywhere this week.
When is it, I'd like to know, just give me a ballpark. When is it going to stop being so hot? Yeah. Like, I would take a ballpark, but when do I not have to crank the AC really high?
I like it.
No, I like the fall. Give me that fall, girl.
You're ready for your pumpkin spice and everything nice.
Sweaters and boots. I'm transitioning. I got white still with the cotton.
Hey, it's okay.
But I have brown pleather, so I'm like leaning
I thought you were going to say white because they say after Labor Day don't wear white.
Right.
Listen, we're in LA. That rule doesn't apply.
Okay,
we can wear whatever we want.
Right, whenever we want.
Yeah,
Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's jump into entertainment, sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. Okay, this was big news over the weekend. Barry Manilow canceled 2 shows at Westgate, Las Vegas after technical problems halted his performance on Thursday. We know we have a lot of viewers that go to Vegas for the weekend. Maybe some of them had tickets to see Barry Manilow. But in an Instagram post this past Friday, the caption shared, "We're very sorry, but we have to cancel tonight's and tomorrow's performances due to technical and vocal problems. We're unable to put on our show." Barry Manilow, he's 83, and he came back to the spotlight in Vegas on July 9th after cancellations as he recovered from lung cancer surgery. Hope he's feeling okay. I know.
You know his famous song, right? Named after you.
Yes, I do. Mandy.
Mandy. It's a good one.
We love you too, Barry. It is, right? I'm telling you, so these classic songs, they never go out of style.
Never.
Nope. The Gentleman has been renewed for season 3. Get ready.
I know what you're up to. I'm being lewd in the hope that I might support your efforts to decriminalize marijuana. Nobody knows the business better than we do.
Hello, Theo. Theo, you know, was in White Lotus season 2, but now they're getting season 3 for The Gentleman. He stars in the series that was created by Guy Ritchie. But a bunch of UK originals are celebrating renewal news. It's big. I mean, Netflix has renewed House of Guinness as well, which focuses on the rise of the Guinness empire. There's also Being Gordon Ramsay that got a renewal, and Legends as well. So it's a good day in the UK.
There's plenty to watch, that's for sure.
Not for me.
Well,
I'm ready. I'm watching Lanterns right now.
Lanterns?
On HBO Max.
I don't know that one.
It's superheroes.
Oh. That's why I don't know that one.
Yeah, it's superheroes, so it's supernatural.
Yeah.
Last hour, we asked you this poll because filmmaker Ridley Scott says, I'm less of a filmmaker and more of an influencer. So we asked you, how do you feel about the term influencer? 69% say, nah, can't stand it. Go to foxla.com/vote. Don't only vote, leave us a comment like Chris did in Santa Ana, who says, I am not one to hate on influencers. They found a niche. I just don't care for the ones who film people just to irritate them for a reaction. That is a bit too far. I know exactly what and who you're talking about, Chris, and I agree.
Harold from San Bernardino says some are good at influencing others or their products. It's okay to be an influencer. I personally wouldn't label myself as one.
I don't know. He's kind of a pole influencer.
Right, exactly. You influence here. Yeah, that's right. Selena from South El Monte. It's stupid. They're lazy. Get a real job.
Selena, don't hold back.
Wow. Tell us how you really feel.
Joel in Encino, I cannot name one person who these self-proclaimed influencers have influenced.
I've been influenced to buy stuff like
I have been influenced as well. Household products, clothes, makeup, hair. Yeah. I've been influenced, especially on TikTok. Yeah.
I don't get influenced by that stuff.
Really? You don't see a reel and you're like, oh, I want to try that
because I feel like if I can't easily buy something, like I have to insert all of my information, I get lazy. I'm like, never mind. I'll just get it on.
There's one influencer who's like, 8 things I just bought for my home.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, exactly. Like, really?
I know.
No, I watch all that. I just never like pull the trigger.
What does it feel like to have such self-control?
It's not. I think I'm just lazy.
Well, then I buy it and then I return it.
Oh.
That's bad.
Do you though? Do you return it?
Yeah.
Oh,
sometimes.
see, that's the other thing. I buy things and I forget to return them.
Then you have like a whole collection of things to return.
You have some returns. Don't forget your returns.
Always in my trunk.
Yeah.
And dry cleaning.
Exactly.
And donations.
And donations. You're influencing me to do something. Yeah. I have to do mine too.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
I have the same thing. I have to do it this week.
And welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quilban. Good Day LA weather is sponsored by Pechanga Resort Casino. A look outside right now at the pier in Santa Monica. It looks beautiful. That water looks refreshing, but it's actually still pretty warm out there on the coast this afternoon. It's going to be above average. Once again, much like yesterday, some very hot conditions. In fact, the hottest of the year this week coming up. So be prepared for that. We want you to take the necessary precautions, especially if you have to work under these weather conditions. We've got a big dome of high pressure pulling up that subtropical air mass from the south and southeast. So the monsoons are with us as well. Not only is it hot, but it's also humid, and there's also a chance for some showers for the mountains and deserts. So needless to say, we have heat alerts for a large part of SoCal for this dangerous heat. And we also have higher fire dangers. So we have some high fire danger concerns. And then as you look ahead to some relief, perhaps this coming weekend as the high kind of shifts to the east just slightly, which will bring our temperatures down a little bit for this coming weekend. You'll notice it will be down a few degrees. However, that being said, it will still be on the hotter side with temperatures staying above average. So the heat risk has really risen. Looking at the valleys, Inland Empire, when you consider the humidity, looking at the green line for today, that's very high to extreme heat risk. That means that if you spend any long period of time outdoors, you could suffer from heat exhaustion if you are not hydrated enough, if you are not under some kind of shade at some point. So you want to take numerous breaks. Similar conditions tomorrow, and then Wednesday and Thursday even hotter, as we anticipate the peak of the heat this week being midweek, Wednesday and Thursday. So that heat risk really jumps up to extreme, as you can see. 96 to 107 today for a lot of the areas here shaded in the orange colors. That's basically everybody. Heat-related illnesses increase significantly during these heat events, and then farther inland you go, the hotter it will be. So the extreme heat warning is there for the major risk for heat-related illnesses. So you want to watch that. Check on your neighbors, the elderly, the kids. Make sure you remind them to drink a lot of water today. This week, actually. 87 in Inglewood today, 108 in Indio, and just a quick peek at the day planner for Big Bear, where it's also going to be incredibly hot, getting to around 80 degrees by 3 p.m. this afternoon. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. A couple of big stories to share from the world of women's sports.
Brooke is here with all that. Hi. Now let's talk about it. She's not done yet. You know, did you think Serena was retiring when she said she was evolving away from sports?
Nope.
I think hoping, but like telling myself to get ready for a retirement. I was wrong. Yeah, she's not done yet. Serena Williams is going to play mixed doubles at the U.S. Open with Carlos Alcaraz. He's one of the top men's players in the world, and she is, of course, the GOAT. This is Serena's first time back at the U.S. Open since 2022. She cut what, again, I wrongly thought was a retirement. She cut it short this summer, returning to tennis, but hurt her knee at Wimbledon. As for Alcaraz, he is back after missing both the French Open and Wimbledon due to an injured right wrist. The Spanish star is just 23 years old and ranked #2 in the latest rankings. Wow. Now, we know Serena is not playing singles after that injury, still working on it a bit, so she will not be playing singles in New York. But what we don't know yet is, will she play doubles with her sister Venus?
That would be
maybe. Yeah, we'll find out next week. There's also this pretty powerful. Angel City forward Sydney Leroux is opening up about her emotional return to the pitch at BMO Stadium earlier this month. The crowd roaring. It's been 2 years since she stepped away from soccer, a little before the 2025 season, for her mental health and a battle with anorexia. Over the weekend, she wrote, in part, "Throughout these 654 days, you let me into pieces of your lives, and without knowing it, you became part of mine. To the fans, hearing you in that stadium is something I'll never forget. You stayed through every step back and every step forward. I heard you, I felt you, and I carried you with me." You know, players across women's sports have been increasingly speaking out about the importance of prioritizing mental health. We've seen it in tennis, we've seen it in gymnastics, now talking about it in soccer. It's been really powerful. It was amazing to see just video of the roar, the crowd so proud of her. Were you there?
At the game with my daughter when she returned to the pitch, and not everyone knew that she was going to play that day. And when she was subbed in, everyone went wild. Obviously, a lot of people following her journey. She's one of the crowd favorites, always a class act, always stop to talk to kids, sign autographs.
She's got 2 kids herself.
I know, we would see them running around after the game on the pitch. So clearly just a role model in terms of her strength and recognizing what she needed to do to make sure she was okay.
Yeah, and you know, I think I'm glad that we're sort of evolving, but it took them. It's taken these players. Unfortunately, it's taken Naomi Osaka being called like lazy or not strong enough. Even the greatest gymnast we've ever seen being told that she's not strong enough. She needs to get out there and toughen up. It's taken these women having to go through this sort of abuse in order for people to understand truly and being willing to be open about this. And I hate that it's had to go that way, though. Do you know what I mean?
But they're just people at the end of the day.
They are just
the
people.
real emotions we all have.
And because of how open they've been with the rest of us, maybe more people will understand that they're just people.
Yeah. Thank you, Brooke. We'll be right back.
Starting with breaking news this morning in Santa Clarita, a massive early morning fire damaged or destroyed a number of businesses in Old Town Newhall.
Mario is there. He's been there throughout the morning to talk a little bit about what's going on now and talking with so many people who were impacted by this, Mario.
Yeah, several of the business owners, and we're talking about 4 businesses here, 5 structures that are completely lost because of this early morning fire that started at an auto body shop here at this strip mall behind me. I want to bring in Carrie Lujan. She is the communications director with the city of Santa Clarita. Talk to me about this area, because you all have done a lot over the years to try and revitalize it.
Yeah, Main Street right here in Old Town Newhall is really the hub of our premier arts and entertainment district. On Thursday night, we had our census block party right in front of these buildings that have now burned down. We have our main theater here, which the city has operated for many years. We had a new art exhibit that was just celebrated there on Thursday night. Many local arts productions were looking forward to seeing their shows come to life on the stage, so this is devastating.
Yeah, I know. We've been hearing from some of the nearby residents, so many memories here. You've been with the city for over a decade, or nearly a decade. What's your reaction to see this structure being torn down this morning?
I'm just so sad. I woke up this morning and I saw the picture of the main on fire, and it's just heartbreaking because, like you said, there's been so many memories here. The Newhall Refinery is such a popular place to eat. They have one of the best hamburgers in town. Caretaker Boutique is relatively new, but they have some great clothes. I know both places were super popular, so it's definitely a loss for our community.
And this was a popular area. There was like some Western Hollywood charm. There was a Walk of Fame.
Walk of Western Stars. Yeah, this is the historic area of Santa Clarita, one of our first neighborhoods. We're right across the street from William S. Hart Park, where William S. Hart himself has his mansion up on the hill. We have the Walk of Western Stars in front of, on Main Street, right here in the area that burned down. And there's also a public art piece on the side of what was El Trocadero, which is also a really big loss for us.
Wow, and this is considered the oldest neighborhood here in Santa Clarita. It dates back to 1876, so it really is a shame to see so much history go up in flames early this morning. So that's the latest here in Santa Clarita. This is the Old Town Newhall area where you're seeing this aftermath. For now, we're live here. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
Mario, thank you so much. Of course, the story we're going to continue to follow, not just this morning, but for days to come. In other breaking news, Edison has restored power to most people affected by an equipment fire.
That's right. Initially, more than 20,000 people lost power yesterday evening. Christy Fajardo standing by with the latest now. Christy.
We'll get to her in a moment. We'll move on to this in the meantime.
That's right. Street vendors versus restaurants has been a long time heated debate over whether vendors face stricter regulations.
So the issue is now stirring things up in the race for LA mayor. Matthew Seedorf reports from Van Nuys.
A political battle now cooking on LA streets. Ovens, grills, tables, and chairs.
No tenemos oportunidades.
Street vendors in Van Nuys say this is their opportunity for work.
Put down everything, put in the car, clean the street. I need wash every night.
How is that fair to an established local business that pays rent?
In this week's mayoral debate, both candidates were asked if this is fair in front of restaurants that pay rent.
I do not think that you should have a food vendor in front of a restaurant, period.
Mayor Bass suggesting stricter regulations.
Street vendors in Los Angeles are a vibrant part of our community as well.
Councilwoman Nithya Raman seeming to defend the city's current program.
The city has a licensing program that makes sure that vendors are not blocking sidewalks.
Her question is that they're not being regulated.
No, there is regulation. We need to do that regulation appropriately.
I would like to see street vendors move into brick and mortar facilities so they can be restaurants. I would like to see them regulated in a way that they're in certain locations.
The California governor's race also highlighting the same fight.
Food in California, and they're real street tacos, and you don't get them in some establishment that's been around for a long time. You get it on the street.
Javier Becerra recently praising street tacos, while Steve Hilton has argued licensed restaurants shouldn't have to compete with vendors who don't follow the same rules.
I feel like it's just a hustle out here. It doesn't matter if they pay their taxes or not. I think it's just doing business in California is expensive.
A political debate over food on California streets. But for many vendors, moving isn't an option.
Como today, no paying. O sea, no, right? Pero every year, making the tax and everything pay.
That was Matthew Seedorf reporting, and there are rules to the official LA Street Vendor program. They must obtain a permit which ensures health and safety, and permits do have to be renewed every year. However, not all street vendors are operating under one of those permits.
Hello there.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good, good. Staying cool. You too?
Trying.
I feel
it's hard.
I feel like you two do look a little more golden. Like you
I
spent
better.
some time
I spent
outside.
like 5 hours at the beach yesterday. I better be golden.
Natural.
Yes.
Natural to be outside. Listen, hopefully, I'm sure I know you guys have put sunblock on. We're pretty good about that kind of stuff. We hear it from the experts all the time. But this is a must for the kids before they head out. This week in particular, you want to pay close attention to the young ones, the older ones. It's harder for them to moderate the heat under these weather conditions, and we are anticipating the hottest temperatures this week of the year, potentially record-breaking temperatures. So we do want to warn you about this week particularly. Don't underestimate the power of heat. It is the leading cause of weather-related deaths. So you want to wear lightweight, loose-fitting clothing if you are having to go outside, having to work under these weather conditions, and make sure you take numerous hydration breaks. It is dangerous. Widespread heat alerts as a result of that. The National Weather Service issuing that for most of SoCal, and extreme heat warnings for some of the inland areas. We also have elevated fire concerns because of the heat. And we do typically get a little bit of a stronger breeze in the afternoon and evening. So if a fire were to start, it would be very difficult to bring under control. 96 degrees was the high temperature on Saturday for downtown LA, and that was actually a tied record high for us. Yesterday was 98. Today, very similar conditions in the upper 90s. In fact, we're expecting 97 degrees for downtown LA, which, if we reach that temperature, would break the old record last set back in 1931 of 96 degrees. Our sunset time coming up at 7:29. I mentioned that because if you do have plans to go out for that longer walk, exercise after work, you want to make it towards the latter part of the evening. Before sunset later this evening, so that would be a much better choice. Otherwise, it will be hot. 106 in Woodland Hills today, 104 in Ontario, 104 in Riverside, 86 in Big Bear, 110 in Palm Springs with an extreme heat watch, or rather warning. Woodland Hills, look at how it climbs to 112 Wednesday. Really, it's this period of time between now, Thursday, Friday will be the peak of the heat this week, and then we bring it down a little bit this weekend. I think Sunday potentially back down to 100, which is much better than 112. However, it is still hot and still well above normal. So you want to keep the precautionary decisions that you make regarding the heat all the way until this upcoming weekend. I'll show you the rest of my forecast when I come back. In the meantime, I'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Maria. An injured mountain lion cub appears to be doing very well after one of its hind legs was amputated at the Oakland Zoo's veterinary hospital. Crimson, the cub, was just a few weeks old when this video was recorded some 4 months ago. Oh my gosh, that stuffed animal is ginormous. The abandoned cub's hind legs somehow injured before he was found. Yeah, doctors tried all sorts of things to mend the injury, but none of it worked. So after several months of treatment, zoo officials decided to amputate Crimson's leg to give him the best chance for long-term comfort and mobility. The zoo says during the surgery, Crimson almost immediately returned to the curious, energetic behavior expected of a growing cub. So that goes to show you it's going to be just fine.
Yeah, so cute. How adorable. All right, 3 rescued belugas have arrived at SeaWorld San Diego after a very long journey from Canada, and they flew. The belugas were transported to California on Saturday in a Boeing 777 cargo plane. The move is part of an international rescue to find homes for about 30 beluga whales from a marine park that shut down in Niagara Falls. Animals from the park are moving to suitable facilities as far away as Atlanta, Georgia, and Valencia, Spain.
Now to a tasty event happening at the Anaheim Convention Center, the California Restaurant Show.
Coco is there to tell us all about it. Hi there, Coco.
Good morning. So in about a half hour or so, day 2 of the California Restaurant Show will officially be underway. This is a really cool trade show, in my opinion. Even if you're not in the restaurant industry, if you love to eat, you're going to like this show because you get to see all the new and exciting things. And it partners with the California Restaurant Association. I am here now with Alicia, who's the president for the California Restaurant Foundation. And the foundation is fantastic, Alicia. Tell us all about what you do.
Well, we take care
care of the people at the heart of restaurants. So whether they're a high school student in culinary arts programs, going to college for scholarships, or in this case, what we're talking about today, our Restaurants Care Relief Fund, and specifically our Resilience Fund, awarding $5,000 grants to independent restaurants. 282 restaurants this year. Announcing it today, we'll be getting $5,000 grants.
And talk about how, I mean, that's monumental. Talk about why it's so important to do that.
Yeah, well, we're just really fortunate that this is the 6th year partnering with, in this region, SoCal Gas, to invest in the resiliency of independent restaurants. Neighborhood restaurants are the backbone of our communities. They employ people. They give us a place to celebrate and come together. And we want to make sure they continue to thrive. So we have this granting program, and the operators restaurant owners can put the money towards equipment improvements, technology, hardship, and then also taking care of their team. And as I mentioned, it's our 6th year, and we've awarded over $12 million during that time to over 2,300 restaurants.
That is incredible, over $12 million. And we want to introduce you now to one of the recipients. This is Paloma and Sam, the owners of Sabroso Mexican Kitchen, which is in Garden Grove. If you've been watching, if you're a fan of Good Day LA, we have actually been to their restaurant before, and they have delicious food. So Paloma, tell us about what the grant means to you and what you'll use it for.
Sure. Hi, good morning, Coco. It's amazing to receive this grant to be able to support our family business. As we know, operating a small business has a lot of high cost. The two monsters are always labor cost and food cost. But aside from that, facing hardships, never-ending hardships, is something that we have experienced over the last 14 years. So we are excited to receive this grant and to help our team get better, to provide professional development opportunities for them, especially now that we have a new space with a full bar and outside patio. We are adding more just talented individuals to our team, and we want them to be to receive training that is going to, just show our values as a company and also help them thrive in the environment. So we are very grateful to receive this $5,000 grant from the Restaurant Care Resilient Fund to be able to provide those professional development opportunities and to also help us with the hardship that we are currently facing. We had someone come out and damage our signage out front, and so we have been saving money to repair that. So with this grant, we'll be able to do that.
Yeah, well, I'm so sorry to hear about that. It's really a beautiful restaurant. Tell people more about your restaurant and how they can come so they can support you as well by dining there.
So my parents are the founding members of Sabroso Mexican Grill, now known as Sabroso Mexican Kitchen, and we have been well received by the city, by the community, all over the states really, thanks to Guy Fieri, who came to cook with us in 2015 and returned in 2017. And also the city of Garden Grove has been our wonderful cheerleaders. All of our patrons from Garden Grove and surrounding areas really help us thrive. And so people really enjoy our storytelling meals. So all of the recipes are original to my parents' hometown of the state of Guerrero. And so my grandmother, who passed away several years ago, was just a really vibrant part of this storytelling. And so my father learned to cook from her when he was a little child. And so when he became a father, he continued to cook for our family. And he just gained popularity among friends and family members. And of course, all of his children. There's 5 of us. And so, yeah, it's been great to share now family meals that are very traditional and valuable to us with our patrons come and visit. And now we're adding a very unique line of cocktails to go with those foods. And so now also with the money that we'll be receiving, we'll be able to also develop our bar program.
I love that. Paloma and Sam, thank you so much. And shout out to your kids. First day of school was today.
Yes, first day of school is today. Brand new school. We have a 5th, 3rd, and 1st grader. They were nervous. We were nervous. But it's great to be here with you guys talking about something that's really important to us. And they were also rooting for us. So thank you.
Yes, a family affair indeed. We love it so much. Thank you so much for talking to us. Thank you to Alicia as well and the California Restaurant Foundation. What a fantastic foundation that really gives back to independent restaurants. You've got to come and check out this show, by the way. I said it's day 2. Day 3 is tomorrow. That's going to be the last day. So today the hours are 10 to 5. Tomorrow 10 to 4 right here at the Anaheim Convention Center. I'll send it back to you.
I love a good story like that. All right, Coco. Thank you. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Peace.
9:48, the former Springfield, Illinois deputy sentenced to prison for the murder of a woman who called for help has died in prison. Sean Grayson was convicted of second-degree murder last October for the shooting of Sonia Massey. He responded to help call at her home and ended up shooting her to death. Grayson got a 20-year sentence in 2024 and has previously been diagnosed with colon cancer, although his attorney didn't say if that was the cause of his death. Last month, the Illinois Prisoner Review Board rejected his medical release request.
Now to the latest in that fast-moving wildfire near Reno, Nevada. Thousands have been evacuated and thousands more are without power. Ted Lindner has the story.
It is very close and it is widespread.
And it's been dubbed the Hawk Fire. It started Saturday and is now burning in Reno, Nevada. The flames, so far, have destroyed several structures and forced thousands of people to evacuate. And thousands more are on alert as the fast-moving flames threaten more homes and businesses.
Stay informed, watch outside, have your go bag ready with all your medications, valuables that you can put in a bag, and please be ready to go.
Sunday, officials reported at least 6 people have been hurt, including 3 civilians and 3 first responders.
A fire of this magnitude cannot be contained by just one agency.
Nevada Governor Joe Lombardo declared a state of emergency for the county and called in the Nevada National Guard to help in the fight from above.
Nice.
We have over 1,000 plus first responders on this fire, and our main priority is the safety of you and our communities.
And firefighters have their work cut out for them, as unfavorable conditions are only making the response more difficult.
We've had extremely dry conditions. Our weather conditions continue to be challenging, hot, dry, windy, and no end in sight anytime soon.
Meantime, an investigation is unfolding, with authorities revealing more about the cause.
We can confirm that the fire was human caused. However, that is still undergoing active investigation and don't have further details provided at the time.
I'm Ted Lindner, Fox News.
And we have our own fire danger here when we anticipate the hottest week of the year potentially this week. We have hot temperatures and, of course, higher fire danger. We have several heat alerts in place, extreme heat warnings for all the areas shaded in the pink here. The farther inland you go, the hotter it will be. So heat-related illnesses, major risk for those areas. Heat advisories elsewhere, closer to the coast, even along our coastline. And then we've got an extreme heat watch that also goes into effect. Potentially, I think that will be converted into an extreme heat warning for portions of LA County as we move after tomorrow into the peak of the heat this week, Wednesday and Thursday. If you're headed to the beach, a little bit better with those temperatures on the sand, mid-70s to the low mid-80s. But even that is quite hot, actually. And a lot of people along the coast don't have air conditioning, so really suffering from the heat there. So make sure if you are out around the coast, make sure you get inside into some air conditioning. 2 to 4 foot sets if you are headed to the beach to get in the water before you swim or paddle out. Always, as we advise, do so near a lifeguard. A little smaller, Orange County, San Diego, 1 to 3 plus feet there. Here's our 7-day forecast. 97 for downtown LA, getting up to 99 and 100 as we get into tomorrow and Wednesday. It does break a little bit and lower as we get to this upcoming weekend, down to perhaps even the upper 80s on Sunday, but that's still well above average. A little less hot, though. We'll take it. 106 in the valleys and the Inland Empire today to 112 on Wednesday. Out towards our mountains, 86 degrees in Big Bear with that chance for some showers. In fact, that instability will continue through the week with those temperatures well up above average. 104 in the high desert to perhaps 106 on Wednesday, maybe down to the 90s by the latter part of this upcoming weekend. Otherwise, 110 in the low desert to 114 on Wednesday. And out there towards Palm Springs, the Coachella Valley, that small chance for some showers also in the forecast. Back to you.
Maria, thank you. Several universities now letting students pay their tuition with PayPal or Venmo. While the digital payment options offer more flexibility, consumer watchdogs warn that money sitting in these payment apps might not have the same safety protections as regular bank accounts.
The once popular video platform Vine is making a comeback under its new name, Divine. Twitter shut down Vine in 2017, but Divine is bringing back its signature scrolling feed of 6-second videos. The new platform also says it will ban users from posting AI-generated content.
A Texas Uber driver has quite a story to tell after Houston police officers hopped into his car during a pursuit. Yeah, that's right. Anthony Baines was working his shift when a suspect ran in front of his car with the officer close behind. The officer hopped into the passenger seat, told Baines to follow the suspect. Oh my gosh. What? Baines happens to be in the 8-year Army Iraq War veteran, so that's his background. So he says his military background kind of kicked in, and he helped them stay calm.
I've been in a very stressful environment before where I had to just kind of focus on what was at hand. And at that moment, I just knew that the cops needed me and was just going to do whatever they told me to do. So I believe that was the only thing that allowed me to stay focused and stay calm in that situation. Otherwise, I think I would have been having a panic attack.
Police say despite the heroic effort, the suspect still managed to get away.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, if you love chicken and waffles, today is your lucky day. Starting today, Chick-fil-A is adding a new chicken and waffle sandwich. It has chicken filet, bacon, honey butter, and maple-flavored waffles. And you can choose from original, spicy, or grilled chicken. The sandwich will be served for breakfast and lunch. 2 new drinks are also on the way, the S'mores Milkshake and S'mores Frosted Coffee.
Oh, my gosh.
Now I'm hungry.
Sweetness all the way around. She started her career on a TV show that defined an era and went on to star opposite some of the biggest names in the film industry. Actress Shelley Fabre has passed away.
Johnny Angel, how I love him. He's got something that I can't resist, but he doesn't even know that I exist.
As a child actor, she co-starred with everyone from Paul Newman to Frank Sinatra and Rock Hudson. Then she got her big break on TV, Mary Stone on The Donna Reed Show, which ran from 1958 until 1963. During that time, she got a recording contract and scored 2 top 40 hits. Later, she shared the screen with Elvis in several movies. In the 70s, she moved on to TV shows One Day at a Time and played James Caan's wife in Brian's Song. Then came the role of Christine Armstrong on Coach in the 90s. Co-star Craig T. Nelson called her an extraordinary woman that he could always go to for advice. In real life, she was married to actor Mike Farrell, who played BJ on MASH. She passed away Saturday in Los Angeles as she was 82 years old. We'll be right back. morning. Welcome to 10 a.m. I'm Roxy Carpadian.
And I'm Sandra Endo. Thanks for joining us.
Let's start with some breaking news in Santa Clarita. A big early morning fire has damaged or destroyed multiple businesses in Old Town Newhall.
Mario Ramirez live in Santa Clarita with the very latest on all the devastation behind you. Mario.
Yeah, Sandra, Roxy, I will say the thick smoke that was filling up the area, a lot of it has cleared out. So that's some good news here as the firefight continues. Actually, we just got an update from officials. This is officially a knockdown, but there are still hot spots inside these buildings, and they're now actually knocking them down, literally. Now, fire officials confirming this morning that it started here at an auto shop. That's what you're looking at, Gary's Auto Collision Center, which we've recently reported on. Then the flames spread to a popular restaurant, Newhall Refinery. Another small business there where you see all that rubble, a clothing store, Care Tucker Designs, which was featured on Good Day LA, then the main theater, and it also looks like there was major damage to a vacant building, what used to be a Mexican restaurant. Now take a look. Let's go to some images from Skyfox. A bulldozer moving into parts of this badly damaged structure here, actually tearing sections of it down. Fire officials telling us they're doing this because there are still areas actively burning, and they've been using drones and some technology to show what areas are still showing hot spots and where they go in and take it down. So this is now a very methodical operation. Let's take a look at how different the scene was earlier this morning. Flames shooting through the roof, lighting up the entire area here, a popular area here at Railroad and Market. Firefighters surrounding the building here. This was around 3 o'clock this morning. The auto body shop is sparked up and then spread through the entire strip mall here. And we talked to one business owner who says she's just recovering from flood damage, and now her business has been hit again. Take a listen.
This is my clothing store and my business that I've had my business for 3 years, and we just recovered from a horrible flood and lost a bunch of product, and now this, and they're deeming it a complete loss. It's gone. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry, I'm at loss. I'm a mom of 4, and we're a small business, a family business.
Fortunately, no injuries were reported out here, but we've seen how emotional it is for just one of the business owners here. We heard from another, the restaurant owner at Newhall Refinery, which has been here for several years. This Old Town Newhall area is part of Santa Clarita that the city and this community have spent decades working to preserve and bring back to life. And if we come back out here live, another look at the auto shop here. Just last month, Fox 11 reported on this auto shop center where customers accused the shop of refusing to return their vehicles, and a former employee here alleged that they were owed thousands in unpaid wages. So we're going to learn more about the investigation here this morning, but that is something that arson investigators will be looking into here as the activity here continues, the cleanup from this massive fire early this morning. Live in Santa Clarita, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Mario, thank you. Now to breaking news in Long Beach. SoCal Edison expects to restore power by noon to some of the last 20,000 customers impacted by an equipment fire yesterday evening.
Yeah, those remaining customers have endured nearly 18 hours of this outage. Christy Fajardo live for us with an update. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. An hour ago, SoCal Edison had posted on its website that they had about 1,200 customers who were still without power. We just checked again, and now they're saying 2,645. Not sure why that number went up, but at one point this morning it was over 16,000. So definitely progress. But as you said, it has been a very long, very arduous night for people who could not run their air conditioning. And this all started, by the way, yesterday at 6:40 p.m. Initial reports that 26,000 customers were impacted between west of Quincy Avenue, east of Alamitos Avenue, north of Ocean Boulevard, and south of 7th Street. At 1:20 this morning, Edison reported that a field investigator had found where it had started and had also identified what repairs were needed, and the crews were on their way. Well, we've seen crews out here all morning long. In fact, when we got here about 3:30 a.m., they were already hard at work. The Long Beach Post reported the blackout was caused when an underground electrical vault caught fire on Broadway near Newport Avenue, near the Bluffs Heights neighborhood. And here at Vista and Redondo, neighbors for several blocks around us tell us they heard what sounded like an explosion.
I heard in the backyard a lot of sizzling, like
crackling and everything, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And then we looked out the window, and there was a big spark, and then about 5 minutes later, boom, and everything just shut off and went completely dead.
I kind of guessed it was like a transformer blowing, and yeah. And we have no electricity, and I think the worst part for me is why we don't have any cell service. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and Wi-Fi wasn't working for most of the morning either, adding to customers' frustrations. Again, though, SoCal Edison says that they hope to have power restored for most of the customers by noon. And we should also mention that some of the neighbors showed us a house just down the street from us here on Vista Street that had a tree outside that was singed, and also it looked like there was some smoke damage to the home, very minimal smoke damage, luckily. And they said that it was when all of the power lines were sparking. We did call Long Beach Fire. They told us that they did respond to the equipment fire and said that there were other incidents that were happening at the same time, but could not say whether they were connected. Nonetheless, some people still without power. And I can tell you it is really warming up out here, so air conditioning, maybe even running fans, not an option for them until that power is restored. Live in Long Beach, I'm Christy Fajardo. Let's send it back to you.
All right, Christy, thank you so much for being on top of it throughout the morning. Happening today in downtown LA, a first look at a new air taxi business in the works.
It's a new partnership between AEG and Archer, and it'll bring plans for downtown Los Angeles' first vertiport to Los Angeles, LA Live rather, creating a flagship downtown location in Archer's planned LA Air Taxi network. They say it could potentially be a new way for fans, artists, athletes, and visitors to travel to and from one of the city's busiest sports and entertainment districts. Archer is the official air taxi provider of LA 28 and Team USA. The downtown LA zone, including LA Live, will serve as a central hub for 19 Olympic and Paralympic sports during the 2028 games.
I wonder about like the motion, right? Like how much motion you will feel for those who have motion sickness.
That's right, and it's a pretty big kind of air taxi that'll be flying up in the sky. You imagine that overhead.
I mean, it's beautiful.
It is very
I'm curious about pricing as well. At this point, no word on cost. That's an important factor, but there you have it. The future right there. Yeah.
I'll let other people ride it first.
So authorities are trying to determine if street takeovers in the East LA area are linked to 2 commercial break-ins overnight. One of those incidents caught on camera. Yeah, you can hear the revving of the engines down the street as someone cut through the metal bars guarding this pharmacy in Boyle Heights. The break-in happened around 11 last night as police were working to disperse the nearby takeover. Suspects reportedly got away with narcotics and alcohol. About 20 minutes later and a mile away, deputies say 4 men with their faces covered ran into this Jack-in-the-Box and stole 3 cash registers and took off. Investigators say the timing and proximity make it possible that the robbery was tied to the takeover.
Santa Monica police are still searching for suspects after a shooting near the Santa Monica Pier. Officers responded to shots fired call just before 8 o'clock last night at Ocean and Colorado Avenue. Police say it was an attempted robbery with a group approaching the victim. There was a fight and one of the suspects shot the victim in the leg. He was taken to a hospital with minor injuries. This was the second major incident for Santa Monica officers over the weekend. On Saturday, a man accused of charging police with a knife was shot and killed by officers at Palisades Park on Ocean Avenue.
SoCal is in the grips of a long heat wave that's forecast to continue into the next weekend. So the temperatures reaching triple digit in San Fernando, Santa Clarita, the Antelope Valley, as well as the IE. So yesterday was a hot day for most of us. A heat advisory is in effect through tomorrow morning, and then an extreme heat watch begins and runs through at least Friday night. Some Southlanders found a little relief from the heat at the community pools.
It's been crazy, hot. Hopefully it cools down. I know I was watching the forecast and it seems like it's going to be in the triple digits again, so we'll see how we're going to survive with that.
Honestly, it's been a cool year up until about the last couple of weeks, you know. So actually kind of nice to get some summer heat, but I'm sure I'm going to regret saying that.
The heat wave also brings an increased danger for wildfires, but fortunately no major wind events are expected across the Southland this week.
A high-stakes meeting between Paramount and California Attorney General Rob Bonta's office over Paramount's proposed Warner Brothers merger has been called off, and Bonta reportedly canceled this meeting, but it's unclear why at this point. He was expected to push for Paramount to sell some cable channels and keep its movie studios separate from Warner Brothers. These were set to be preliminary talks about a potential settlement to California's lawsuit seeking to halt the company's pending $110 billion acquisition. Bonta argues the deal would mean higher costs, less competition, lower wages, and job cuts.
The United States Postal Service has released a new rule adding verification requirements to all mail-in ballots in compliance with President Trump's executive order. The new rule requires states to collect and report basic voter information like a voter's name and the home address attached to a unique barcode on every mail-in ballot distributed. State election authorities would then be required to input this information into a federal ballot mail portal before the ballot is accepted into the mail stream. The USPS said that it would not deliver ballots to any state not in compliance with these changes, but the rule has been largely blocked by the courts, and the Postal Service says it won't apply it to the 2026 midterm unless the Supreme Court rules in President Trump's favor.
New this morning, a case involving hundreds of thousands of ballots in Riverside County heads to the state Supreme Court today. The justices will consider whether Sheriff Chad Bianco legally seized about 650,000 ballots cast in last year's redistricting election. Bianco seized them while investigating alleged election discrepancies. The hearing begins at 10 o'clock this morning, or just began, in San Francisco.
The Washington Post has been ordered to reinstate opinion columnist Karen Tia with back pay. She was fired last year for the social media post she made about conservative activist Charlie Kirk's assassination. The New York Times reports today the arbitrator overseeing her case ruled that the Washington Post did not have good and sufficient cause, and it violated her labor agreement. The ruling comes amid broader scrutiny of the Post's opinion section after owner Jeff Bezos pushed to refocus it on themes including personal liberties and free markets, a change that has drawn some criticism from readers as well as staff.
The war of words is ramping up between President Trump and Canadian officials over the tariff fight. Ontario Premier Doug Ford got downright nasty in an interview this morning, saying Ronald Reagan would be throwing up on Trump from the picture the president keeps of Reagan on his Oval Office desk if he knew what was going on. Ford also threatened to cut off electricity and critical minerals to the United States if the trade talks worsen. Negotiations broke over the weekend with Trump vowing a 50% tariff on all cars, trucks, automotive parts, and steel beginning January 1st. Prime Minister Mark Carney says his Canada will retaliate dollar for dollar.
Hi, good morning to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. Let's talk about the heat, because the heat will be the topic of many conversations this week as we anticipate potentially the hottest week of the year thus far. We're picking up some moisture on the satellite radar pictures. Most of that still to our south and east, but this is part of the monsoonal moisture. And yes, we're going to get a little bit of that as well. Again, to our mountains and our deserts, that chance for showers will continue. Here's a look at our forecast for the future as that high pressure strengthens this week, particularly as we get into Wednesday and Thursday. That high will be very strong, producing the high heat. Also the humidity, we're going to tap into that a little bit more. So adding to the heat will be that problem of the sticky, muggy conditions. And then of course some of the chance for some showers. So heat alerts are in place for all of SoCal, really widespread heat alerts for the dangerous heat that's coming. Also some higher fire danger because of the high heat. And as far as relief, when is it coming? Well, that high will weaken slightly, ever so slightly, as we get into Saturday, Sunday. So that will allow a little bit of a slightly stronger sea breeze, bringing the temperatures down a tiny bit. It's still going to be hot, but perhaps not quite as hot as we get into this coming weekend. So maybe a little relief there, but otherwise it is going to heat up. 87 currently in Pasadena. It's almost 90 in Ontario, 88 in Corona, 95 right now in Palm Springs, and it's really there. Palm Springs, the Coachella Valley in the low desert will get those 110, 110s later this afternoon this week. So extreme heat warnings there for that major risk for heat-related illnesses. If you have to spend a lot of time outdoors or any length of time, you really want to take numerous breaks if you have to work there under these weather conditions. 104 in the high desert, 86 up in the mountains. Big Bear today, quite warm, and heat advisories are there too in effect. 106 in the valleys and the Inland Empire. 97 for downtown LA. If we reach that 97, it will break an old record. 83 along our coastline with some humid conditions there as well. I'll show you the rest of the forecast coming up in just a few moments. In the meantime, let's talk about traffic conditions out there. Good Day LA traffic is brought to you by My Home Sold. You know, we've been telling you about the structure fire there in Santa Clarita. Still posing some problems on both sides of Newhall Avenue, also Railroad Avenue, that road there that turns into Railroad Avenue. Some slowing as a result of that fire. As we take a look at one of our live traffic cameras here. This looks good. This is the northbound 57 at Wagner Avenue, northbound side. Cars coming at you here on the left side, but both sides of that 57 moving nicely at this hour. That's the good news. And as we look at our real-time drive times in and out of downtown LA, much better than in the last hour. Westbound 10 from Mid-City towards Santa Monica between the 5 to the 405, around 25 minutes. On that north 110 between the 405 to the 10, just 17 minutes right now. And on that west 60 between the 57 to the 5, big improvement in just the last half an hour or so, just 32 minutes there. Now let's take a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
Hi, I'm Adrian with My Home Sold, and we want to buy your house. We buy any house in any condition. No commissions, no closing costs, and no repairs. Go to myhomesold.com for a free same-day cash offer. That's myhomesold.com.
The Ontario Tower Buzzers honored Big Bear's beloved bald eagle Jackie at their game last night. The Dodgers affiliate held Fly High Jackie Night at ONT Field. Jackie and her mate Shadow became online favorites as viewers watched them nest and raise eaglets in Big Bear. Jackie unfortunately died August 10th after weeks of veterinary care. Half of the proceeds from special ticket sales went to Friends of Big Bear Valley.
Southern California will get a chance to see a partial lunar eclipse that masks nearly the entire moon this week. Earth's shadow will cover 96% of the lunar surface, giving the moon a reddish-orange glow on the west coast. The eclipse is expected to peak at 9:12 Thursday night. Scientists say this is the deepest lunar eclipse North America will see until the year 2029.
IndyCar fans flooded the nation's capital for the Freedom 250 Grand Prix to see American Kyle Kirkland take the checkered flag. The president and first lady kicked off the event after weeks of extensive planning. Lucas Tomlinson has the story.
President Trump officially kicking off the Freedom 250 Grand Prix Sunday. First Lady Melania Trump at his side as 25 drivers whipped down Pennsylvania Avenue, whizzing past monuments and making sharp turns around downtown D.C. It was a historic moment for many behind the wheel.
It's amazing to be able to drive past Capitol Hill as well, to see the decisions that have been made there day in, day out, and to be a part of history like this is amazing.
Altogether, drivers take 7 turns and 147 laps for a total distance of 250 miles. The number honors the semi-quincentennial, and this is the latest of Trump's celebrations to mark America's birthday.
It's turned out to be much bigger than we ever even thought possible. They actually closed the bridges. It's so many people want to come.
Before the race, the president took a lap of honor around the track inside the Beast, his presidential limo. The Qatari gifted Air Force One, escorted by 4 fighter jets, flew overhead at the same time. IndyCar fans lined the track cheering.
As a Hoosier, we're complimented that IndyCar is getting this level of respect, recognition of its culture of innovation and competition, and we like to think it's just a whole lot of fun, too.
This first-of-a-kind race considered a one-off to honor America's 250th birthday. That means a unique trophy to the winning driver. In Washington, Lucas Tomlinson, Fox News.
Former NBA player Enes Kanter Freedom was ejected at a WNBA game after getting into a confrontation with a player, and this was during the Indiana Fever and Chicago Sky game last night.
Wants this one, has something to say too. And right before the break, this was the scene inside Wintrust Arena after Natasha Cloud got that bucket. She wanted her voice heard.
Chicago Sky player Natasha Cloud was seen yelling at Kanter Freedom before they were separated. He was ejected, that is, from the game. Kanter Freedom has been outspoken about the WNBA and the league's stance when it comes to transgender athletes in sports. He declared himself eligible for the WNBA draft, saying that he identifies as a woman. And then after the game, Chicago Sky coach Tyler Marsh was asked about the ejection.
There's so much good things about this league and so many good things about the play of these players that if you come to a game, you should probably come to enjoy the basketball. And that seems pretty simple to me. I think these players deserve that and have earned that. And being a former basketball player, you should probably understand and feel that too.
A WNBA task force of the team presidents and general managers reportedly met to discuss transgender athletes. ESPN reports that league did not decide on any eligibility rules. Currently, the WNBA has no transgender athletes.
Today, Southern California remembers Laker legend Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant Day is celebrated August 24th in Los Angeles and Orange County. It's a nod to both of the numbers Bryant wore during his career with the Lakers, 8 and 24. Fans typically mark this day by visiting the many statues and murals honoring Bryant's legacy. Kobe and his daughter Gianna were among 9 people killed in the January 2020 helicopter crash. Yesterday would have been Kobe's 48th birthday.
Have you realized how many Kobe murals there are all over Los Angeles? It's just countless.
So many.
So
if you really
many. I know.
Look for
really,
them. Yeah.
truly. There's a new hairstyle to show you, generating plenty of buzz for a World Cup star.
I think I will cry. Oh my God.
Oh
This was insane to watch him with his new look. Oh
I
my
like
gosh.
the new look. It's
He
very
looks
different.
good, but
Erling
yeah.
Haaland, I mean, look at that, kicking off a new Premier League season by trimming his long locks, those golden locks. The Norwegian striker took his reputation to a whole new level over the summer, leading Norway to the World Cup quarterfinals with 7 goals. Some people in the comments wrote his girlfriend was literally going through the 5 stages of grief in real time. Others questioning whether he lost a bet.
Oh my God.
Haaland wrote on Instagram, new season, new trim.
It was his signature look, his signature locks, those golden locks. Oh my gosh. And the bun, the man bun
Yeah,
he made
I know.
so famous and popular. Now he looks a little more, you know, like a lot of them. But he's not like a lot of them because he is one of a kind on
It'll
the
grow
pitch,
back.
so
It'll grow back.
Yep.
It'll grow back. Maybe he just got hot.
It takes a little bit to get used to it.
It's hard to wash long hair.
It is.
You know?
There's a lot of maintenance
exactly.
involved. So we get it.
We get it.
We get it.
We can relate. We'll be right back.
couple of big stories to share from the world of women's sports.
Yeah, actually a lot of news. Brooke is here with all that.
A little fun stuff. Let's get into it. Serena Williams off the top here. She's going to play mixed doubles at the U.S. Open with Carlos Alcaraz. He's, of course, one of the top men's players in the world. She's the GOAT. This is Serena's first time back at the U.S. Open since 2022. Of course, she came back to the world of tennis after a short break, came back this summer, but she hurt her knee at Wimbledon. So she's out for the singles, but we know mixed doubles, she's with this guy. He's back after 4 months out. He missed both the French Open and Wimbledon due to an injured right wrist. The Spanish star is just 23 years old. He's ranked right now number 2 in the world. We'll take that, right? I'm sure he will. He's sometimes number 1 now. Okay, one question we still don't have an answer to is, will Serena play doubles with her sister, Venus Williams? We'll find that out next week. I think so.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think so.
That'll be amazing to watch.
Yeah, that'll be fun to watch.
You know what else is fun to watch? The return of Sydney Leroux. Angel City forward Sydney Leroux is opening up now about her emotional return to the pitch at BMO Stadium earlier this month. Look at this. What a powerful moment, Sandra. I know you were there. This is one of those like once in a lifetime things because it means so much. It's been 2 years since she stepped away from soccer before the 2025 season for her mental health and a battle with anorexia. Over the weekend, she wrote in part, quote, "Throughout these 654 days, you let me into pieces of your lives, and without knowing it, you became part of mine." To the fans, hearing you in that stadium is something I'll never forget. You stayed through every step back and every step forward. I heard you, I felt you, and I carried you with me. Players across women's sports have been increasingly speaking out about the importance of prioritizing mental health. Really powerful there. She said not only did she want to take care of herself for, herself, her own health, but her kids. She's got 2 little kids, and she said that it was important that if she could save one life, sharing her own story was worth it.
I think she's a single mom too, so she's taking care of those 2 kids by herself. There's a lot on her plate, obviously, and then struggling with her own battles and taking the time necessary to think about herself and taking care of what she needed to do. It's a big moment, she's a symbol of what strength is. And when she returned to the pitch that day,
what was your reaction?
We were at the game. The crowd was electric. Everyone was cheering for her. We were so excited. She's a dynamic player, and she certainly is one of the fan favorites because she takes the time to really listen to her fans and meet the fans after the game, sign autographs. So she's really a class act.
What was your daughter's reaction?
Oh, she was so excited. Yeah. Of course. Yes, everyone was. It's good to see.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think it's important when someone of stature or position or is famous and shares the struggles they have because people imagine them to not have any problems in the world, and that is not true. We are all human and have the exact same issues. And if you mask it, then people feel so alone during a really vulnerable time in their life, right?
Absolutely. And I think it's also this kind of goes to show, she said she's been battling anorexia since as long as she can remember. And I think sometimes there's this wrong idea that it's some vain teenager sickness, and it really is a lifelong struggle for so many people that encompasses so much of your everyday. It's a struggle.
I don't think it's even so much so about vanity.
There's not at all. Exactly.
There's a deeper issue.
It's a mental health issue for sure.
Thank you, Brooke. Maria.
Okay, good morning to you. Hi, ladies. Good Day LA weather is brought to you by the Razavi Law Group. And as we talk about the weather this week, it is going to be the topic of conversation, I believe, with the heat that is building. In fact, the hottest week potentially this week all year. You saw that live shot of Catalina and the water that looks so inviting. Our water temperatures definitely cooler than our air temperatures, but even temperatures on the sand will be on the warmer side this week with the added humidity levels as well increasing. We've got dangerous heat wave in place. It starts today and this week. Widespread heat alerts are going into effect as a result of that. Record-breaking temperatures certainly possible this week with temperatures well well above average by some 8 to 15 degrees even above normal. We also have some brief critical fire weather danger as well. So you want to keep that in mind as you're out and about with any fire ignition sources. The heat risk is very high. In fact, major out towards the inland areas, the Inland Empire and the valleys. When you factor in the relative humidity value, the heat risk is very high to extreme. So that means if you spend any time outdoors at all, you will need to hydrate extra, definitely get inside into some air conditioning. If you have to work under these weather conditions, take numerous hydration breaks, and remember to remind our kids as well to do the same. Drink lots of water. Wednesday, Thursday should be the peak of the heat this week. So notice how that line goes way up to well above extreme even. So heat-related illnesses, really, you cannot remember to take it seriously. You can't take it lightly, okay? Heat is the leading cause of weather-related deaths out there. So please be mindful of the heat and take care of yourselves and your loved ones. The monsoon's also part of the picture, so the humidity value adding to the discomfort. 87 today in Inglewood to 108 in Indio. I'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. Good tips. It is hot out there, babes. Right? Maria, just ballpark. No pun intended that we have an Angels segment coming up, but ballpark, when do we think it'll dip? September 12th, 15th?
You're thinking beyond 2 weeks at least.
Okay.
It is officially still summer on the calendar, Amanda.
Yeah. I know.
It is summer. Okay, so wait your turn. Wait your turn.
I would like you and Summer to take it down a notch. The drinks are coming tomorrow to Starbucks, the fall drinks. So when I come in here, skirt, and a PSL latte in hand.
You do you.
I will.
It better be iced.
Anyway, entertainment. Yes, skirt. Entertainment is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. Last hour, we told you that Guy Ritchie's Netflix series, The Gentleman. You have to say it like that. The Gentleman. It was renewed for a 3rd season, and now, because I know what's up on the boulevard, the buzz on the boulevard, and I know the word across the pond that Meghan Markle there's a chance, join the cast.
Can I remind you of your position in the hierarchy?
I'm a captain. I'm used to giving orders.
And hello, Theo. However, the situation is very uncertain at this time. Variety and Deadline did report that Meghan was in very early preliminary discussions with Guy Ritchie about joining season 3. Again, another however. Tina Brown, former editor of Vanity Fair and The New Yorker, later claimed the casting had been withdrawn due to, quote, intense backlash in the UK.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. Right. So at this time, still uncertain, but some other outlets think this is a lot of good PR.
A trial balloon.
Either way, it's good PR. They're floating it out there. It just got renewed for season 3. There's some buzz with that. So
interesting.
Either way, I guess it's
that show? You watch that show?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. And I've heard neither do you.
I tried.
You tried, but you don't.
Yeah.
Hi, Sandra. Jamie Foxx is about to be a dad for the 3rd time at 58 years young. In an interview with E! News, Foxx shared that he was a little bit on the fence at his age about being a dad again. But Al Pacino is the one who made him feel better about being a new dad at 58. And Al Pacino, of course, welcomed his 4th child at 83. Jamie already has daughters. Their ages are 32 and 17, so quite an age gap.
Just slight. Right.
Just a little bit. But now he's expecting baby number 3 with his girlfriend, Alice Huckstep. Saul, our stage manager, could you imagine being a dad again? You're good.
You sound so tired.
You're done. Yeah. You're done. You raised your grandpa now. That's right. Which is almost more fun, I hear.
That is it's way more fun.
That's what I hear.
Of course.
You return the baby.
Correct. My grandma says grandma was the best name she ever got.
I am starting to believe that as I observe.
You guys are going to be such good grandmas one day.
Yeah, I'm going to be spoiling them. Even though I yell at my mom right now when she spoils my kids. You know how it goes.
It's going to come back around.
Yeah, we get to do it too. Yeah.
So we this morning have been asking how you feel about the term influencer. You cannot escape it. Ooh, it's mellowed out a little bit.
Okay.
It's tied up for love, hate, and can't stand it. So maybe a little more on the hate. Susan in Idlewild says, why are they made out to be celebrities? A real celebrity works hard for their craft. These people just want to grift and get free stuff.
Julie from San Clemente, with rare exceptions, influencers are valid, annoying narcissists who interfere with other people. The monetization of social media accounts has to stop.
Okay, we have Phyllis from Brentwood. Sorry, no, I cannot be influenced by someone whose years of age are less than the time I've been a working lady. Get back to me when you have some real experience in life. I mean that in the nicest way. Of course.
Like when you weigh in, Phyllis, we should have your own column called Phyllis In.
Yes.
Ooh, I like that.
Very classy, it seems.
She is classy.
All right.
Yeah, pinkies up, as they cat's eyes say.
Pinkies up. We'll be right back. Sorry, it's in my...
Welcome back. The California Restaurant Show is underway at the Anaheim Convention Center, and Coco is there to tell us all about it. Hi there, Coco.
Hey there, the California Restaurant Show is officially open here at the Anaheim Convention Center. Thousands of people come here for this trade show, and for really good reason. So I had to, of course, interview Nazim. Again, he's the owner of Tira Twist. Their tiramisu is so good, but to tell us more about it, Nazim, tell us more about your tiramisu and really your company.
Of course. So Tira Twist started 15 years ago in France, and it was named miso. Of course, same story as the last time on TV, miso with the miso soup thing. We turned it into Tira Twist, and 15 years ago we started this recipe, this product, and luckily we've been successful since then. We wanted to touch the American market, and the past 2 years have been incredible. It's been a roller coaster, but a great ride, and luckily I'm blessed to have a great team with me. So the goal is to be here in the US, starting in Los Angeles, my hometown, and then grow throughout the US.
I love that. I cannot wait until you're here in the U.S. because right now you can order online, right?
Correct. So people can order on tiaratwist.com, and very soon in our warehouse we're about to open a small window where people can come and get some tiramisus here and there. We're going to launch it on our Instagram page. He will talk a little bit more about it, but that's something we wanted to keep as a secret. But since you guys have been with us and supporting us, we're here to say that news that we haven't even said on social media.
I love that. Exclusive here, of course. I love it. So Ryan, you are the head of marketing. Excited to talk to you as well. Lots of great flavors, and of course, I mean, the marketing's great. This line has been consistent too.
Yes. So we're very, very grateful. The best marketing point is the cup. The way it looks, I mean, I absolutely love it. Ever since I've been working for Tira Twist, I've been in love with this cup. So compared to the Italian one, we don't use neither alcohol or coffee, so we can make it kids friendly. And because we removed those two ingredients, it allowed us to decline in 32 different flavors. Right now, we're only producing 12 of them. We're working on many, many different ones that are coming. The one that I'm very excited about is the peanut butter one. Another exclusivity that we're giving to Fox. But yeah, so right now on the table I have the strawberry one that you're gonna be tasting soon. I have the chocolate raspberry one, the toffee, which is our friend Theo's favorite, and my personal favorite, the cookie butter. Cookie butter. If you never had a tiramisu from Tira Twist before, try the cookie butter one. You're gonna absolutely love it.
I love it. Ryan and Nazim here from Tira Twist. They are here at this convention, this trade show. Like he said, I've got a taste of my own. I've tried it before. It is so delicious. So when they said I could have another, I was like, you don't have to tell me twice. And with that, I will send it back to you.
Oh, bring some back for us. That looks delicious.
Yeah. It is beyond delicious. Best tiramisu I've ever had. Seriously, every time.
Coco.
The greatest.
With the greatest.
So good.
Look at it. She's digging in.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, Coco.
I want that cookie butter. That one sounds really, really yummy. All right, we need some ice. Whatever you do outside today, get that ice drink because it is going to be hot. That will be the topic of conversations, our headlines, the extreme heat warnings that are in effect for all the areas shaded in pink here. So the farther inland you go, the hotter it will be. And we're talking about a major risk for heat-related illnesses. So that's why these heat alerts are in place. Heat advisory elsewhere, even along the coast, right there on the sand with well above average high temperatures. So you really do want to take the necessary precautions if you have to be out and about today. If you're working or just taking a long walk, make sure you have that flask of water. You want to hydrate really regularly, especially if you have to work under these weather conditions. Remind the kids, check on the elderly. You know the things that we tell you about. Temperatures on the sand, 75 to 83. Surf height, if you are headed to Ventura County, LA County beaches, 2 to 4 feet. Orange County, San Diego, 1 to 3 plus, occasionally 4-foot sets. Now here's the 7-day forecast. I talked a little bit about some relief. It's going to be hot over the next several days. 97 today for downtown, 100 on Wednesday. And then if you look ahead to the weekend, it looks like we'll bring those temperatures down a little bit. But notice it is still well above average. We'll take it though. We'll take the little slight cool down, but 106 in the valleys, 112 on Wednesday. That's really, really hot. Maybe back down to just 100 on Sunday. 86 degrees up in Big Bear with a little bit of instability, as well as the humidity. Those values are up higher, so that's also adding to the discomfort outside. 104 in the high desert, and then lastly, of course, hotter in the Coachella Valley. So the low desert area is 110 to perhaps 114 on Wednesday. Back to you.
Whoa.
Whoa.
It's hot, but it's about to get hotter. The Angels, Fox 11 and Fox LA Plus are once again teaming up to bring fans the best in Angels action this season. And back with us, our friend Roger Lodge, host of the Sports Lodge on Angels Radio AM 830, which we will get to why 830 is a big deal. right?
Well, first of all, I am back in a big way because the only thing hotter than the weather that Maria just gave us are the giveaways coming up at Angel Stadium this week.
That's right.
Starting this Friday night when the Angels take on the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah.
We got a great homestand that starts tonight against the Cleveland Guardians. So it's the Guardians for 3, the Phillies for 3, and then the New York Yankees come to the Big A. So 3 potential playoff teams are coming to Angel Stadium. But the reason it's such a big week at the Big A, the giveaways are spectacular. This Friday night, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the bobblehead everyone's talking about, the Zach Neto bobblehead, clearly one of the hottest hitters in baseball right now. Just had an amazing road trip for the Angels in Houston.
Wow, look at that. Neto, more like Nito. You got to get it.
Zach Neto, Swaggy Z, as I like to call him, is killing it for the Angels right now. So it's a big week. And, of course, still the best deal in baseball. 4 tickets to the game, 4 hot dogs, 4 soft drinks, all for $44. We call it the Family Friends Pack, Family Pack, and it's the best deal in all of baseball.
It is. You know, it's the only thing better than that deal is if our viewers stay with us a couple more minutes on how they can win them for another F, which is free.
Oh, yes.
We're going to get to that.
Very nice. And then, by the way, Sunday, Angel football jersey giveaway, and you're looking at the hottest thing in the fashion industry, this Angel football jersey that they're giving away this Sunday, 8:30. That would be AM 8:30. It's AM 8:30 day. And guess who's throwing out the ceremonial first pitch on AM 8:30 day?
This is a big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal.
Okay, come on. No pressure, but show me your moves.
Well, I'm gonna save that, and I'm gonna bring video for my ceremonial first pitch. I'm gonna throw a dart right over the plate. Yes, absolutely.
You might be playing for the A's.
Or the Angels.
The Angels. I know. The Big A, but it's the Angels. Yeah,
Come on, try to keep up. There's only a gigantic A behind you.
Yeah.
And by the way, there's only 2 fireworks shows left this season on Saturday nights. You know, no one does fireworks like your halos.
True.
And there's only 2 more fireworks show coming to Angel Stadium. The first of those final 2 this Saturday against the Phillies. So there's all kinds of things going on. There's so much happening at Angel Stadium. I might have to come back before the end of the week.
I mean, don't threaten us with a good time.
Yes.
But I'm telling you, you're going out in a big way at the Big A with the Angels. These are great giveaways, and we've got another giveaway just for our viewers because Good Day LA wants to hook you up with 4 tickets behind the dugout to see the Angels take on the Phillies this Saturday, August 29th at Angel Stadium. We're going to be selecting 1 lucky winner today, Roger.
Love it.
After 2 p.m., so be sure to answer your phone when we call because you only have 2 hours to respond before we have to move on to another winner. So enter for your chance to win on our website, foxla.com/contest, or you can go ahead and scan that QR code right there on the screen. And of course, for more information on the Angels, the exciting events and giveaways, go to angels.com/promotion.
Or just listen to the Sports Lodge each and every weekday afternoon on Angels Radio AM 830. The Angels against the Guardians, the Phillies, and the Yankees. Woo. It's a big week at the Big A.
Woo! What a trifecta. Okay, before you throw out the pitch, throw us to commercial break.
Oh. Good Day LA, the finest show in morning television in Los Angeles on Kobe Bryant Day. We'll be right back.
A bear sighting ends with a big thud in Denver, Colorado. A 100-pounder had been tranquilized before the fall, but they missed the catch. Thankfully, the bear wasn't hurt and has already been released back into the wild. Colorado state officials have reported a record number of bear sightings this year, citing ongoing drought conditions as a possible reason. Missed the catch there. An injured mountain lion cub appears to be doing very well after one of its hind legs had to be amputated at the Oakland Zoo's veterinary hospital. Crimson, the cub, was just a few weeks old when this video was recorded some 4 months ago. How adorable! The abandoned cub's hind leg was somehow injured before he was found. Doctors tried all sorts of things to mend the injury, but none of those things worked. So after several months of treatment, zoo officials decided to amputate Crimson's leg to give him the best possible chance for long-term comfort and mobility. The zoo says after the surgery, Crimson almost immediately returned to the curious, energetic behavior expected of a growing cub. I love the coloring of Crimson. So cute. Oh, adorable. All right, we're going to be right back after a break.
Dia.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to GDLA Plus. It is August 24th, 8/24, so it is Kobe Bryant Day. It is a nod to both of the numbers that Bryant wore during his career with the Lakers. 8 and 24. Fans typically mark this day by visiting the many statues and so many murals all over the city to honor Bryant's legacy. Yesterday would have been Kobe's 48th birthday. On the show, comedian John Johnson is our +1 today. Josh Johnson is our +1 today, and I think I just walked past him in the green room, and we've seen him on The Daily Show, and he has a comedy special that's on HBO. We're going to talk about all of that coming up in just a few minutes. First, though, we got to get to some news here. A legal blow to the teenager convicted of killing another teen during a track meet in Texas last year. A judge has officially denied a new trial for Carmelo Anthony. Defense attorneys argue a secret agreement between prosecutors and former defense lawyers suppressed court documents about Austin Metcalf's character that could have been supported a self-defense claim. But the judge rejected those arguments and upheld Anthony's conviction. His lawyers say they will appeal Anthony. It's currently serving a 35-year prison sentence.
In Massachusetts, the Lindsay Clancy murder trial is nearing the end. The prosecution is wrapping up its case with more rebuttal testimony. Clancy is charged with murdering her 3 young children. The trial has sparked heated debate and even brought out hundreds of women to the courthouse to support Clancy. Closing arguments are set for tomorrow, and the jury will take over after that. If convicted, Clancy faces up to life in prison. But even if she's found not guilty by reason of insanity, she would still be sent to a psychiatric hospital.
More than 6 million tickets are already sold for the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles, and more seats will be soon available. The second ticket drop, which closed Thursday, pushed sales well past the milestone. Don't worry, though, if you missed out. 4.5 million seats are still unsold. The next sales round will open sometime in 2027. Tickets will be available on a first-come, first-served basis and with no buying limits. You will first need to create an LA28 ID. Log on to la28.org for details. You guys, I was at the hair salon going through this whole ticket thing, and then I got to the prices, and then I was like, you know what? Actually, I don't think I want to go that far.
Well, right,
around $2,000
for the good events.
Well,
right? Like
I only looked at track and field, but there were no finals, and there was no 100-meter men or women. There were no relay, so it wasn't even no like hurdles, no 200. So there weren't even any of the races that I wanted to check for, and so it was like. No offense, but it's like, like a longer, like a marathon or something. It was like $2,000, and I looked at it I kept scrolling. I'm thinking maybe I'm missing something, but I don't think I want to do anything that
right. Yeah. Not for that amount. That's a lot.
Plane ticket to Jamaica for $2,000 will have me logging out.
All right, a big early morning fire that we were covering throughout the morning. It has damaged or destroyed multiple businesses in Old Town Newhall. Mario is live in Santa Clarita with the very latest.
Yeah, Roxy, several businesses destroyed this morning because of that fire. Interestingly enough, 2 of them have recently been featured on Good Day LA and Fox 11 for completely different reasons, and we'll get into that here in just a moment. But I can tell you that this fire burned for about 6 hours before it was knocked down, and we're going to show you Gary's Auto Collision because that is where fire officials say this all started, and they were featured on our air recently. We'll tell you more why. The flames spreading to a popular restaurant, Newhall Refinery, right next door. And another small business, a clothing store here, which was featured on Good Day LA. That's where you see all this rubble here. Then the main theater, and it even spread to a vacant building, what used to be a Mexican restaurant at the end of the street here, at the end of this strip mall, which went out of business back in December. So a lot of damage. Let's go to Skyfox images earlier. You could see a bulldozer moving into parts of this badly damaged structure here, tearing sections of it down. Fire officials tell us they're doing this because there are still areas actively burning. So this has been a methodical operation here. They're locating the areas where there's still little hot spots and using the dozer to open them up and tear down unsafe portions. Now let's go to some video from a little earlier. Flames shooting through the roof, lighting up the entire area here. This was around 3 o'clock this morning. The auto body shop caught fire somehow, then spread through the entire strip mall. Now we spoke to one of the business owners here who was just recovering from flood damage, she says, and now her business has been hit again. Take a listen.
This is my clothing store and my business setup. I've had my business for 3 years, and we just recovered from a horrible flood and lost a bunch of product, and now this, and they're deeming it a complete loss. It's gone. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry I'm at loss. I'm a mom of 4, and we're a small business, a family business.
Yeah, you could hear the devastation. That's Carolyn Tucker. Her clothing store, her business was featured on Good Day LA just a few weeks ago, actually in June. So she came out here this morning, watched 3 years of hard work being impacted by this fire. This Old Town Newhall area, it's part of Santa Clarita, a part that the city and this community have spent decades working to preserve and bring back to life over the last decade. Now, if we come back out here live, there is some history here with this auto shop. Last month, Fox 11 reported here at this auto shop where customers accused the shop owner of refusing to return their vehicles, and a former employee alleged that she was owed thousands of dollars in unpaid wages. So workers are going to be out here, arson investigators